Oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya ani sheraktan taori oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya ani sheraktan taori sherva van len var begracht du wegen gewan jo grei shelf malok stulder talashna karlev oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya ani sheraktan taori ta granja vele chakta shalya ogle armali malkhara gere kranis de galnes panik eskurisuru yer khalif oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya ani sheraktan taori avira rina vakko veckan unan inbio ina vi akshaftan ganja vele smile karski ak fugur fanna golif oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya ani sheraktan taori oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya oro sherva ovaya ani sheraktan taori Of all the trees that grow so fat, old England to adorn, greater are none beneath the sun than oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. You that is old in churchyard mold, he breedeth a mighty bow. Alder for shoes do wise men choose, and beech for cups also. But when you have killed in your bowl, it is filled, and your shoes are clean outworn. Back you must speed for all that you need to oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Elm she hates mankind and waits till every gust be laid, to drop a limb on the head of him that anyway trusts her shade. But whether a lad be sober or sad, or mellow with ale from the horn, he'll take no wrong when he lieth along neath oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Oh, do not tell the priest our plight, for he would call it a sin. But we've been out in the woods all night, a conjuring summer in. We bring you good news by word of mouth, good news for cattle and corn. Sure as the sun come up from the south by oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn.
The lust for eternal affairs seem to raise our spirits in great despair through the ashes of oblivion. Quick and unseen like the dragons of spring, for we owe no debts and bow to no king. Every war has its cost and we've paid, won by the bond of the body we've made. War with the call that the battle starts now. As the demons listen, we strike them down, fighting back the rifts of blood. Sent from the sky like some angel in need, give them news to strengthen and words to heed. Heaven's doors are set alight, we're knocking on the gates of hell tonight. Swords and dragons' bones scattered on the way back home, beating to the sound of flashing steel. When the roll our heels down, shattered tales and legends told, strengthened by the hymns of old, weathered out this fighting from his throne. So we sing our traveler's song. Play out a spell in your sequence of chords to inspire and sharpen our rusted swords, echoing the whisper of the trees. Creep on the path where 1,000 bards fail from the thick Western jungle trails. Come from afar to sit see the storm come cheap. So keep alert and on your feet. An ancient spirit song will heal our wounds. Unabashed by our defeat, spot the bloodstains on these cobble streets. A message to the gods to see us through. Never heard yet rarely sung, so raise your voice and praise the sun. Call a new rebirth to keep us strong. Countless souls along the path, lost to fiends and lives around, will return to play our final song. Dragons' bones scattered all the way back home, beating to the sound of flashing steel. In the road our heels sound, shattered tales and raging storm, strengthened by the hymns of old, weathered as this writing from his throne. So we sing our traveler's song.
Everyone, this is our very first episode of the Realm Weaver. Well, the Realm Weaver's channel. Right off the bat, I'm already stuttering. This is the very first episode of the Realm Weaver's channel. Right now, we've got two players. We have Grimshaw Honeystone and Rosaline Lowell. Did I pronounce that right?
Rosalind.
Rosalind Lowell. I don't know why I keep saying Rosalind.
I don't know either.
Rosalind
Because
Lowell.
of Super Smash Brothers.
Rosalina? Oh, no. I didn't even pronounce it.
You're welcome.
No!
Oh my gosh. So basically today they're going to be going through essentially session 0. One of my favorite modules. This module I have not written myself. This is one of the 2 modules I have not written. But I have modified it slightly to fit the lore of my world Aerolist. And a couple of other things. You can find links down below. But yeah, so we're just kind of here, hanging out. So, yeah, you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Okay, I'll go first. Well, I guess, what should I call myself? A character name, actual name? What are you going for?
Your preference. I just call everyone by their character name on streams.
I guess, call me Rosalind, I guess. That's my character name. I am just a chill person. Probably chaotic. But I'm in here just to enjoy some D&D, and yeah, I don't really have much other than to say for now. Just my personality, let's just say you'll watch and see. Grimshaw, your turn.
Oh, good evening. My name is Grimshaw Honeystone. I'm gonna be probably the worst person in the campaign. I'm gonna be causing all the problems.
You know what? I think that's fun. I don't think that's a problem. That's not a problem to me, maybe not my character, but I will enjoy it.
No, I totally will enjoy it, but the problem is I'm going to cause them in the worst possible ways because reasons.
Which
Well,
you guys will be
that's
finding
pretty
out soon.
Very soon.
Alright. Yeah. So if you guys want to go ahead and get started, we can jump right into this.
So,
Ouch, Gucci.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Tavern of Daednia. The journey has been long and arduous for your party. These last few days, you have traveled over hills, across rivers, and through forests and fields. Rain has beaten you, The sun has burnt you, and the winds have chafed you. The past few nights past few nights you have been sitting around small campfires, sleeping on the rocky ground, and keeping watch in case some animal, bandit, or monstrous denizen of these wild frontiers should come upon you while your party slumbers. The journey has been rough, and as you trudge along warily, contemplating another night under the stars, you round a bend in the road, and something strange catches your eye. The last few rays of the setting sun and the pale light of the evening illuminate an edifice standing upon the side of the road, no more than a quarter of a mile away. It is a 2-story building with a stable and a well to one side. It is far too large to be a house, and in fact, it almost looks like an inn. As you approach the building, you see it is decently constructed, 2-story stone and wood edifice. There appear to be a stable with a few horses and a pony, with a few spaces left open. A lamp hangs from the spar protruding from the wall, illuminating a green sign with red trim, and in flowing golden script, the sign proclaims that this place is the Tavern of Damien.
Well, I don't particularly like sleeping on the dirt as much as you do, so,
Wait,
say we get a bed?
I don't like sleeping on the dirt either. I believe a bed would be nice. Let's go inside, ask some people. Sure, let's get a bed. Go inside. Don't do anything stupid, please.
Yeah.
I swear, please don't do anything stupid. You've been doing so many stupid things.
Alright. From inside the tavern comes the sound of laughter and music, the clinking of mugs, and the delicious aroma of food. As you guys open the doors to reveal a pleasant tavern within, a fireplace roars from across the room, warming up the interior of the tavern and providing a warm glow to the room. To the right of the fireplace stands a wooden bar, over which watches a very unlucky bugbear. Several lamps hanging from wooden posts light up the rest of the place. There are about 11 patrons or so, sitting at the various tables and talking loudly. A serving lass walks around, passing around fresh mugs of ale and beer, and from behind the bar is a pudgy man who looks to be like he's in his 40s. His head is balding, and his hair is graying, but he laughs with the air of youth and at a jest made by one of the men he's talking to. Upon seeing you enter, he bellows, "Hello there, lads! What can I do for you this fine evening?"
Hello, I would like to get a room with my friend here. Is there any rooms available?
Oh, certainly. We have a large room available upstairs.
Okay, good. How much would it cost?
Just a mere 10 silver pieces.
10 silver. I would love to pay that. Grimshaw here. I think. Would you like to do the honors for this kind young woman and pay for us? I think that would be very nice of you.
Are you insinuating that I'd pay for a human?
Well, no, not to pay for a human. Pay for a party member who is very valuable, and I care about you deeply as...
Valuable, you say? What have you done for me recently?
Well, I have talked with you. I have talked to other people. I have hunted things for food for us, and
That's big talk for little outcome, isn't it?
Well, then how about you? What have you done for me? Because I think doing this one thing for us will show how useful you actually are, because you haven't really done anything. Unless you wish to describe it.
Pull out the hammer and just like stomp the butt of it on the ground, be like,
You guys have the attention of the patrons now.
Oh! Patrons. I just a nice young woman. and trying to get a room. I'm tired. And yet this man right here isn't willing to pay for me? This is disrespectful. Like, seriously. I thought
Disrespectful? You were stealing my pockets or your money.
I know we both have our own money. However, you could just do this one favor for me.
One favor? What favor have you done for me recently, human?
Well, first off, my name is Rosalind. I would like for you to call me that. But I would. What have I done for you? I could do something for you. How about this? How about this? Patrons. Everyone here.
You see half of the patrons kind of turn away immediately, going like, nope, this isn't my business.
No.
Oh my goodness, fine. Crenshaw, before I ask you again, what have you done for me in all this time that we've been together, let's just say?
Well, I don't know, little less. It seems my hammer's deterred plenty from what you skulked in the shadows.
Well, I didn't show. There are enemies that you probably didn't see that I saved you from.
Oh, for God's sake, I'll pay the lass's rent.
Please, I'm begging you. I am just a young lass here begging for your kindness. I may be human, but I'm still a woman.
You're in the middle of your talking, he's just like, don't have to explain yourself, don't have to explain yourself. Man from a table from the left side of the tavern kind of stands up, goes over to the bartender and hands him the silver pieces. While I'm here just kind of staring at you guys curiously as to what's your deal.
I just want to talk to the guy who paid. Thank you so much. I look at his pocket, see I can steal so many things. I don't say anything. I just look. And then I look back up and like shake my head real quick. I'm like, thank you. You really, thank you so much. What can I ever do to repay you?
Well, first of all, let me describe this man you're talking to before we continue the
Yeah,
conversation.
I would like that.
You want to have a conversation with him, and that you kind of have to know what he looks like.
Yeah.
All right. So he appears to be an elderly cleric and he's dressed in soft brown leather robes. He has a holy symbol around his neck as well.
Okay. I would have rephrased what I said. Elderly man, not my type. Thank you, sir. You not just helped me, but our relationship. So, my dear friend, what do you have to say for him doing this for us? Please, say, what would you say?
I'm just gonna give her bombastic side-eye.
I'd like to point out that he sees through your bullshit.
Just straight bombastic side-eye from Shaw. Just like...
Yeah. The cleric just gives you a smile, pats you on the shoulder, and says, "Listen, everyone gets what they deserve at the end." And he walks away back to his table.
Thank you, sir.
Ooh! That was the biggest ooh!
It's like this mental damage. I'm like,
5d6 psychic damage right there, my guy.
Internally screaming right now. Okay, Grimshaw, what's your character name again? I just want to make sure. I want to.
Grimshaw?
Oh, your name is just Grimshaw. Okay, chill.
Literally, my name up there, right up
Yeah.
at that corner, is my character name.
Oh, I thought that was just your... Interesting. Okay, well, back in the game. Well, Grimshaw, what would you like to do now? Since we have a room, would you like to discuss further issues upstairs?
I'd like to get a drink!
Of course you do.
I've been traveling with you for so long, trying to get me to pay for everything.
Well, I'm not asking you to pay for it. You could have just been kind for once and...
For once?
Just don't...
I saved your bloody hide enough!
Oh my god, just...
The least you could do is front for the room.
I can front from many things in the future that is way more important.
What?
Just,
What's more
just,
important than
wait,
sleep
Grimshaw,
and drink?
for one moment, just, if you want to get a drink, fine, go get a drink, just don't do anything stupid. I know you will. I know you definitely will.
Hey! This is one of the people, the patrons to the right of you guys says, would you guys save your lovers' quarrel for later?
I love.
Lovers' quarrel?
Fine, let them think they like us. That you like them. Fine. Just Grimshaw, just get a drink. Just go get a drink. Just go.
Lovers' quarrel, you say?
Grimshaw, it's just enough. Just get a drink.
Wait. Show me on the map here. Which one says
This guy right here.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
he's saying it, by the way, with a smirk.
Grimshaw's going right up to him.
Can I put a hand on you, like trying to stop you, like Grimshaw?
Oh no, you wait, stop it, Grimshaw. Grimshaw's a tank.
Can I just like you know how like a person like starts running forward and you like hold them back? I'm just gonna be like.
No, you're getting dragged.
Grimshaw.
No, wait.
No. Strength check for both of you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. What do I roll?
D20 plus your strength modifier.
Okay, cool. 1. Oh wait, no, I rolled on there. Do I? Okay.
Yeah. You roll 20.
Okay, got. Let me do that.
Although she did say she rolled a 1.
Okay, well, still that's still 5. It's a 3. Still doesn't help.
No, you're being dragged.
Okay, before you do anything stupid, please think about your not humanity. That's not the right word. Being a decent person.
Okay, so let me describe these guys for you. Sitting at this table are 3 merchants. Yeah, that's pretty much the only description it gives. It doesn't describe their outfit. It just says they're 2 merchants.
These merchants are about to meet the wrong person.
So basically, they're not wearing like nobility clothing or anything like that, but they are wearing rich looking clothing. Like it's very fine clothes and garments. A couple of them have some rings and so forth, things like that. Like they're merchants. They're wealthy and they travel and they sell stuff.
So I'm going to kindly grab him by the scruff of the shirt and bring him down to my size. And look him dead in the eye and ask him, do you think in any of the 9 realms that a dwarf would ever have a lover's quarrel with a human? That ugly.
You immediately feel and by the way, Rosalind, you're kind of you're kind of Rosalind. I'm halfway. I'm halfway there. I'm working on it.
No one's gonna be able to pronounce the name right. It's never gonna happen.
You feel someone push you out of the way, and you watch as 2 armored men kind of stand behind Grimjaw and grab him by the shoulders and pull him away from the merchant. Say, "All right, that's enough."
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank you, guys. He is.
What? I wasn't gonna hurt him.
Okay, listen. Thank you. Who are they? Are they the who are they? Like the armored men? That means are they like?
They're mercenaries, of course.
Well, I just want to make sure I know what to assume. Assuming.
Obviously, they're caravan guards. If they're guarding this guy, they're literally pulling me away from this merchant.
Well, they could be guards of I don't know, like the kingdom or something, and not like they're like.
Doesn't matter where they're from.
Like a guard, armor or something.
I'm not getting into a bar fight today.
Yeah, well,
I'm completely okay with that. So I'm like, these armored men. I'm like, please. Yeah, I can't personally do it myself. I try. Keep an eye on him. He is not generally good around patrons unless it's okay. Can you help escort him to his room, please?
One of them
Escort
grabs
me to my room. I haven't even had a drink yet.
I will bring you a drink.
One of them grabs you and lifts you up to look you dead in the eye and says, "You leave our employer alone. Doesn't matter what he says. Doesn't matter what he does. You touch him, we touch you.
You've touched me. Is that enough?
Grimshaw?
That would be up to you. And with that, he lets you down none too gently.
Be nice to the armored nice man. Okay, I'm just going to walk in front of Grim, like near Grimshaw. I'm like, okay, he will be fine. He should be fine.
Man, I'd talk to you eye to eye, but you're a little bit too tall for my liking.
Oh my fucking God. Grimshaw. Okay. Okay.
I'm directing directly to the guy who just left the video.
Okay. I'm just a nice young woman here with my nice young partner. If you want him to
Partner!
can you please help me escort him to his room, lock the door, barricade him in there. I will buy whatever drinks you. I will buy stuff for you. Get him away from these patrons.
That would not be necessary, says the bartender. He goes, listen, everyone's welcome in my tavern, but if you cause trouble, you get out. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, so
I didn't start the trouble. Someone insulted me.
I don't care who started it. Don't add to it.
I just wanted to be perfectly clear with the person. Just because they're human.
That will not be necessary. Leave it be. Come get an ale. Leave your troubles at the door.
What troubles?
Grimshaw, I might buy you a drink. If you do any, I'm not going to be surprised if you're sleeping on the dirt tonight. Well, I get to sleep in a nice room. You sleep on the dirt, and then you'll be crying yourself to sleep.
Mercenaries
So,
make their way.
Buy a drink.
The mercenaries make their way back to the bar where they were originally.
Can I walk up to the bar and buy a drink, please?
You both can do that if you want. Yeah.
So I'm gonna move my way up to the bar.
No,
Okay.
no. You?
No.
Please.
Let me at least move my way up to the bar and ask a simple question to the bartender.
Oh my God. No. Can I stop him? Is there any way I can stop him? I don't want to speak to anyone. He's going to do something stupid.
My sir, my good lord, am I allowed to have smoke in the bar?
Normal question for him.
He goes, I would suggest not, since that would disturb the other patrons. If you want, you can smoke on the porch.
Alright, I'm walking out to the porch, I'm smoking on the porch. Grimshaw is out. You thought I was gonna do something dumb, didn't you?
You tell me. You freaking tell me! I swear, if you're gonna, I know you're gonna do something. I know he would do something. I can tell.
I'm pulling out a straight,
I'm very bad.
cigar and I'm lighting it up.
If this
Okay,
hasn't
he's
been made,
outside Tavern, right?
if this hasn't been made clear to the audience yet, we have not played together at all before. So
You don't mind me saying this, I am also very newish to D&D, so I'm trying.
Well, in fairness, that's not entirely true. Telemindred has played with me before, but it wasn't my own character.
he was using a preset, yeah.
So this is my own character, which makes me a lot more rambunctious.
If anything, he was using a paladin character, which that's not your character at all.
Okay, if he's going to go out for a smoke, may I please go over to the bar and buy a drink for my lovely, dear old friend of mine that is...
Yes, you can.
Oh. Okay, where's the bar? The bar, is it the bar, like, right, let me put it. Right here?
Right here. There you go.
Okay, cool. Excuse me, what drinks do you have?
Oh, we have everything. What do you want?
Well, everything is a little... What would you recommend? For a little dwarf guy who hates everyone, including me, and I didn't do it.
He chuckles and says, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you want to give him a drink, or do you want to knock him out?
Knock him out.
He just gives a, hearty nod, and then he tells you, Alright, I recommend getting him some mithril vodka.
Can I have that plus, I don't know, I want that. If you're something, I feel like it'll take, he's a small guy, but like, I feel like that won't knock him out. I need something to knock out a bull. Are you sure there's nothing stronger? Like, he is a mini demon, and I don't want him around. Listen, it's hard to be a good person, but it's hard to be around someone who doesn't want to be a good person. So, can you at least help me out and not cause any more trouble in this tavern?
Thinks about this for a second. Goes, well,
There's so much straight rises.
can always add a little something to the vodka.
My goodness. You are a godsend. Thank you. I'm literally just trying to do this for all of us here, not just me, all of us. You'll thank me later. But, how much would it cost?
I'd say 2 silver pieces for each drink.
Fair. Normally I would want to, a normal person would try to bring the price down, but you are a respectful guy, so I'll do that next time.
I'll sell you the bottle for gold.
Huh?
I'll sell you the bottle for 1 gold piece.
Down.
Alright. He straight up gives you the bottle. It looks like it's a pretty decent sized bottle, and it's still corked and you can still smell this thing. Like, it's strong.
I just like this.
Oh no!
Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you. So, can I walk outside to see where's Grimshaw? I'm so good.
Grimshaw is on the porch.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not on the map.
Okay, okay, let me go to Grimshaw. Outside.
You can hear people like chuckling and going like, "Oh, he's gonna be out for a while."
I'm just like, I have like an evil smile.
No way.
Brilliant. I just want to be alone for once. It's like evil smile ever. But okay, what is he doing? Is he just outside? Are you just outside Grimshaw just smoking your whatever?
So, tell me, Andrew, what's exactly outside on the porch? Is it just like rocking chairs, like a normal?
There's nothing on the porch. It's mostly like there to like get people out of the rain quickly and to go and like knock off their dirt and then walk inside.
Okay,
Like, the
so
inside's
yeah,
supposed to be
I'm
the
like,
socializing part. So
I'm like kind of leaning by like one of the windows, just smoking a cigar.
Okay, I'm just gonna be walking forward to him. You're like, there could be like, I don't know, like a kid just watching you through the window, smoking that cigar. Are you sure you don't want to do this far away from here?
What would I do with it? Got an awning right here. If it rains, I'm protected. Where do you want me? The pigsty?
No, this, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Can you just explain to me why you're so rude to people? I have something for you, but let me ask you that.
Why I'm so rude to people?
Like, I don't know, you keep calling me human, and I'm like, my name is Rosalind. If you get my name wrong, that's fine, but like, you call me human, and you're very mean.
Human? You all look the same to me.
I could say that to dwarves, but I'm not, am I? I'm calling you.
You take that back, you beardless bastard.
Literally, you all look like old men, but short. Even if you're cute. Literally, you grow beard. Like, human, dwarf.
Just because you're weaned on milk and we're weaned on whiskey doesn't mean anything.
It means a lot of things. But I still.
It means you're inferior.
At the very least, can you call me my name?
Have you done anything to earn it?
I like bring out the drink, like out from like behind me, because I like have secretly headed. I have a drink for you, a very expensive drink for my thanks. All I ask is for you.
Hang on, I gotta do this. Oh, fuck that.
It's funny, my computer's literally screaming right now while
That's Mithril vodka. How'd you afford that?
unlike you, I can talk to other people and not cause them to want to kill you.
For a quick explanation for the audience, real quick, Mithril vodka is actually a very expensive drink, and Rosalind here got it for an absurdly cheap cost, but she doesn't realize this.
I don't actually know it. Listen.
How'd you get a whole bottle of it?
Listen.
It's usually like 1 or 2 gold for a shot.
Shot. You are the little person who can kill people easily, and I am the people person. Let me do my job, you do your job, and I'll get to see you just for once to say my name.
Well, in fairness, they insulted me by saying that I was married to you.
Shut up! Tell me my name.
I will in a minute. But you see, the thing is, Les, this is the first good thing you've done for me. You hid in the shadows most of the time when the fights happened. You
Really?
sat there in the background while I started getting slapped by God knows what.
Listen, I know you're the fighter. I'm not much, but I tried. And I've been giving a good attempt as much as I can. But truthfully, this entire time, I've just been watching you, trying to learn from what you've done. So I promise you, I will gain my keep. Just be patient with me.
Who do exercises at night and build up those scrawny little twigs you call arms?
And if you want, I have something that you don't have. I can talk.
You have the Mithril vodka. That's what I want.
I'll give you, listen, I will give you that under 2 conditions. 1, call me my name. And 2, respect what I can do, and I will do what needs to be done to help our little party of ours. And I'll get to see you.
Counter offer. I work on calling your name. Because it's hard. There's too many syllables.
Listen, call me Roz. How about that?
I'll call you Rosie. How about that?
Roz.
Roz works. Even better. Only 1 syllable.
That's what I said! Okay. Here. And will you somewhat respect me?
We'll work on it.
Deal. I give him the drink. Thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you, Roz.
Thank you. Now, are you done smoking your whatever cigar? Want to go inside?
Yeah, speaking of which,
What do you do?
you're not familiar with what he's holding. Cigars are like a dwarf and gnome thing, and even then, it's a very recent thing.
Okay.
So,
Well, while you're holding your thingamajig, I don't
Jake,
care.
that I seem to be putting into my mouth a lot.
yeah.
Well, would you like to go inside, or if you want, you can keep smoking your thingamajig and drink out here. It works better for me if you're out here, but like, with your drink, once I talk, I believe you can actually go back into the small little society back inside the tavern. Is that okay?
So, I take my cigar, I put it out in my boot because I'm assuming I got still quite a bit of it left. Because I've only been out there for probably about like a minute or 2. So I'm gonna just put it out on the bottom and just stick it back in my jacket, in the bottom of my boot, so it doesn't, so I can like get all the ash off.
All right.
So I still probably have like half a stogie. And I'm gonna go back inside and join the other patrons.
Okay.
And if you could,
With
just enjoy the drink.
Russ.
Because if you say it's expensive, then it'll make me happy just to see you.
As soon as you both walk in together, some of the, you see some of the patrons, including the merchants, kind of like going like, "Ha, gotcha." They're like, "Damn it!" Start giving each other coins.
I just look at him like, I just give like a long sigh. I'm like, I think they are like doing bad times, thinking like I killed you or you killed me.
I think they're betting it that it's coming back in.
Either or, behave yourself.
I mean, I've been insulted twice already here.
Grimshaw?
Yes.
sit down. Enjoy a drink, talk some banter, and ignore everyone else here. Prefer.
Want someone to share that drink with you?
Shut it!
Wait.
I
Can't remember that they said that.
like,
So,
I don't.
so essentially, you recognize this very easily as another dwarven voice. They're coming from the bar. Rosalind, I want you to roll me a. What do you call it? I want you to roll me an intelligence check.
How do I do that again?
Roll a d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
Thank you. Like I said, I am a little new.
You're
D20.
good.
Hi!
Thou art dumb.
8?
So Rosalind, this dwarf looks like just another male dwarf, just with a higher pitch.
Okay, well, he's a dwarf. You're also a dwarf. That means out of everyone here, he should be you shouldn't be race, mean, whatever to him. Have fun. I'll get you. I'm going
Grimshaw,
to-
being a dwarf, you can automatically recognize that is a female dwarf.
Oh, I know. Walk right up to her and go, what's a dwarf like you doing in a place like this?
She's just like,
I just walk like this about.
I'm just traveling from one place to another. Used to go on many adventures, but kind of retired a little bit. They kept telling me I was too old for the job now.
I scan her up and down to make sure that she's the same class as me.
You can tell that she is a warrior. She has a essentially an axe strapped to her back. She has some muscles which have aged with time, but she's still pretty well fit.
Yes, but is she a noble? Is she?
Oh, so social class. Got you.
Yes.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like she's middle class.
Question, so by this time do I recognize that she's a woman, or do I still think she's a dude?
No, you still think she's a dude. I'm gonna say that because I didn't say anything to gender.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, can I go up to him and be like, sir, I do want to know this young man here is a little crude. I know you're a dwarf and I respect that, but like...
She looks at you. She looks at you with a very insulted expression. She goes, "What makes you think I'm a man?"
My apologies! Well, you're just... I changed it. I'm sorry, it's just your respectable build is something I wouldn't expect at least a normal female to have. It's just... Your build is so respectable. I assumed you're a different gender, so...
She looks back at she looks back at Grimshaw and she goes, "Why do you go walking around with an idiot?"
Listen, I was told to protect her for a little while. It's not my fault that she's dumb as a stone.
Well...
Could never stand escort quests.
Me
Well, like,
neither.
okay, ma'am, before you speak to him then, ma'am, my apologies. Are you of legal age?
Legal age for
She's-
dwarves were weaned on whiskey.
She slowly turns. No. She slowly.
I'm telling where you're going to lead to. Just
She slowly turns her head back to you, looking offended as hell.
Man,
She's like, "Excuse me."
no, I don't want. This man is a very
um,
lascivious kind of guy. I
pardon
don't
my
want.
intrusion for your little spat here, but she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's one screw loose up there.
Oh, I
You
can
know
tell
what
she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Well, I know
Let me tell you. Let me split
Let me-
my
Can I just go to a different direction?
that'll cover the
I stay there longer, the more I'm going to embarrass myself.
And she goes, no. She needs to understand. She looks you dead in the eye and goes, "I am 263 years old."
My goodness. You look great for that age, man.
Oh.
You're just about a hair's breadth away from getting a punch in the face.
I lean over to the other dwarf and go, just do it, it'll be funny, I swear.
Shaw,
Hang on, roll.
I
Don't
can't.
hear that, because I'm whispering it into her ear.
I shouldn't talk to her anymore. Can I really want to leave the conversation before anything bad happens. Can I leave the conversation?
Yes, you can walk away easily.
Thank you! I'm gonna walk away!
I can walk away from just straight up heel 180 and just go out of that conversation.
I was like, well, good day then, and then freaking leave. I'm like, I'm not. My goal today isn't to get punched. My goal today is to live, preferably, and also stay in one piece, because being in multiple pieces is bad. I should know. I've seen them, but I don't want to see that again. Preferably not me. So, what other? Is there any other people that of interest should I talk to in the town?
Basically, point out a table, and I'll let you know what they look like, and you can approach them.
Okay, let's go. This one right here. That one. That.
I was gonna move myself.
Oh, table A?
Yeah.
Wait, so I can't see anything behind me?
Yeah, it's basically wherever you're facing. So you can rotate your token around by holding E and then using the scroller on your mouse.
Oh.
Oh, that's gonna get annoying. My scroll's broken.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh, that's nice. Okay, cool. But yeah, let me go to this table to talk with normal people.
Okay, table A. Alright, so there appear to be two individuals dressed in simple clothes. They both appear to be in their 40s, and they are comparing books and scrolls with each other.
I want to sit down and be like, if you don't mind, may I maybe have a conversation with you two?
They look at you and then look back at the Grimjaw, and they're like, "Your friend's not going to join us later, is he?"
If he does, I'm going to immediately kick him out. No worries. That's what we do.
Okay. Because he seems pretty racist, and we don't want any of that.
Either, don't assume we're in any kind of relationship. It's just, we're with each other for...
No one assumed that. They were saying that as a jest.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank God they didn't say it in front of Grimjaw.
Okay, well, if you don't mind me asking, what brought you guys to this tavern, of all places?
We're just traveling.
Traveling?
Yeah.
No particular reason or place?
We're going to the nearest city.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Both came from
Because-
different destinations, and this place is at a crossroads, so a lot of people tend to, stay here for the night before moving on for the next city.
Okay, I was just wondering if you know anything interesting going on that me and my friend can probably investigate, or anything of the matter. Just
What do you mean
because
investigate?
we are trying to, particularly me, I hate not having money, and I want to try to find as much money as possible. In the most legalist way as possible. So, is there any jobs of particular danger I can make him swing things at? That you really want?
Why would you be asking us? We don't know what's going on here. If you have questions about the tavern or what's going on around here, you want to ask the bartender, Rugo.
Well, no, I don't know, you guys seem like good people, and I thought you may know things. My apologies, I didn't mean to assume anything bad or anything.
He kind of shows you one of the books that they're holding. It's a spell book.
Oh.
Oh,
So,
goodness.
you guys don't particularly care about that. Well, I guess. What's in the spell book?
It's my spells.
My spells? What kind of spellcaster are you? Well, what kind of spells do you know?
Alright, so really quick. So in the world of Airlist,
Yeah.
mechanical wise, there are names for all the classes. In game wise, you don't really call them like magic user or anything like that. So yeah, so like it's always assumed that they're a magic user. If you're asking for something more particular, you would ask what field do you specialize in or something like that.
Oh.
That'd be
That's
the
what I was
character.
gonna go for, but like, I didn't go
Yeah, I get
well,
you. I'm just helping you understand. That's all.
I appreciate it, thank you. But okay, then let me ask again. What kind of field do you guys specialize in for magic?
Well, we love any kind of magic, any kind of spells, anything. We love everything. We're fascinated by it. Like it's
Nothing
a
in
mysterious. It's a mysterious arcane that affects our world on a daily basis. How can it not be fascinating?
Well, I am somewhat of an illusionist, and I'm trying to perfect my craft, as I know very little of. Don't tell Grimshaw of what I'm doing, and so if you can give me any tips on like any spells that you know that usually would help you on your anything.
Well,
like,
what kind
on
of
your
spells do you
journey.
know?
Just some cantrips, simple spells. I'm going to my spell thing. Like I know like how to do colored lights and
They kind of look at each other and look back at you and they're like, "Well, shouldn't you ask your mentor that?"
my mentor. Do I need a mentor?
How did you learn magic in the first place?
I I wouldn't wish to really disclose that information. I really don't wish to talk about it. It's a hard subject that would take a while to explain. Let's just say that.
Okay.
So I
We-
currently don't have a mentor, but I'm willing to learn as much as I can so I can be the best kind of illusionist I can be.
Well, I think we don't. I don't think we have anything that's your level.
Well, this forge is interesting. What level? What do you know that's on your level that you like? I know you're interested in all kinds of magic, but like what?
They show you a couple of the spells that they have. Like one of them has like the shield spell, magic missile. They have read magic, which you have to learn. You have to know as well in order to read your magic.
Mhm.
They have like ventriloquism, sleep. They have a couple of those spells, but it doesn't really seem like they have any illusion spells, which is your focus.
Like I never even.
Yeah. So it's like as if you were an expert in mathematics and they're talking about like biology. Like it's that kind of
Fantastic.
thing.
I'm just like looking. I'm like, I see. Well, I'm guessing you guys had mentors then, who taught you very well about the fields that you're in.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, well, you guys seem brilliant, honestly. Like, thank you for speaking with me. I guess I don't know. I don't know what to talk about now.
I don't know what to talk about now.
Well,
I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
go ahead and go over to Grimshaw really quick. Grimshaw,
Yeah.
with him and the dwarf, because she doesn't want to start. She doesn't want to start drinking, and she's eyeing your mithril vodka.
Let us go, but I ask one thing, my lady. Is there anything important around these parts that you would partake in if, there was an adventure to be had?
I asked the same thing and it didn't work. It better work with them. I swear to God.
She kind of thinks for a second, goes, actually, let me roll for it. Oh, wow, yeah, that's a good roll. She goes, I mean, I don't have anything, but I think I heard someone saying something about, I don't know, treasure or something being somewhere.
Grimshaw's ears perk up at the sound of treasure.
Let me get to it real quick.
Do you remember who? He sets the bottle down in front of her. Do you remember who said it?
Yeah, I believe it was. I believe it's that old man with the dog over there.
Grimshaw turns around, and I'm sorry I can't turn my token, but my scroll's really weird right now. Like it'll scroll halfway down and then immediately scroll like 3/4 of the way the other way.
I'll give you full vision for now, until we're able to fix that.
Yeah. So he looks over at the old man.
Yep.
And then he looks over at his floundering friend over here trying to get any form of information and just seeing disdain on her face, and he kind of nods over to see if he can get her to
Rosalind,
Like,
go
if you-
ahead and roll a wisdom check to see if you can catch his nod.
Okay, let's see. I swear, please give me a good roll. I am begging. Mm.
come on. Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Sorry.
You are too engrossed in magic talk.
Yeah, literally as you're nodding, like she's about to get up, and the other two are like, wait. Just because you can't
Yeah.
learn from us doesn't mean we're not interested in what you have.
okay. Oh,
Oops.
let me just like.
You are stuck.
Okay, I'll be talking to him about what I have, but like very briefly, it's like I know what I have, but not what I
So
to the person.
do I notice that she didn't catch the subtle nod there?
Are you watching her closely, or are you just doing that real quick?
I'm looking at her and giving her the subtle nod to try and get her to go over there. So I would assume
You see her like get caught up in conversation.
So I'm gonna turn to my lady. I'm gonna look at her and go, tell you what, I'll take a couple shots myself, but I'm gonna go see what business I can drum up. We've been kind of dry on the pocket recently.
She goes, alright, before you go, why not have a drinking contest real quick?
The drinking contest. I haven't had a good drinking contest since I left home.
So I'd be better if he did the whole thing by himself and she did something.
God, I miss my family. I can't.
You
I can't do that to myself until I get back to my clan.
So he's not gonna do it. Oh.
Roll a charisma check.
No, charisma. Of all things, it had to be charisma. I'm doing that drinking contest.
Wow, this is some really low numbers. So she kind of understands, but at the same time, she's like, you could just go in the morning, and besides, why'd you get that if you're going to not drink? That's the strongest stuff a dwarf can get.
It is the strongest stuff a dwarf can get, and I was very much going to drink half of it myself already and save half for the morning. I mean, you see who I'm traveling with, but the problem is I have to have some faculties. I have to protect her, because she's about as useful as a newborn babe.
I feel so loved right now. I mean,
You know how it is protecting humans, right?
Shoot. I hit my camera. I hit my mic.
I feel insulted, but I'm
You can't even hear us talking. This is whispered tones in a bar.
do I not hear them at all talking?
You cannot. No.
No!
Listen. Everyone's talking loudly. Like that was the part of the description, and they're whispering. They're not even talking normal voice. They're whispering. And you're in your own conversation as well in your little corner.
I wanted to try to get information, but I failed. And yet he does it so great.
Because I'm using. No, I'm out. There's a reason.
Here's the chat. I'm done. I'm kidding.
Girl, I don't like using this, but I gotta protect her. I gotta make sure she's okay. Despite the fact that human is inferior to us in all separate ways. Someone told me to protect her and get her to her destination. So I at least have to have enough faculty to protect her. So I'll drink some of the bottle with you. But I thank you kindly, you can have the rest.
She looks over at Rosalind, looks back at you and says, would your job be a little bit easier? She was the one who got knocked out. She's like, listen, I want to have a drinking contest with someone. Doesn't matter who the challenger is.
I bet she's a lightweight, too.
She just grins and says, then that'll be more fun, won't it?
Go for it.
Get your friend to come over here and do a drinking contest with me.
Wait, what? What did you say? Sorry, couldn't hear you.
Bet.
I'm cutting here!
I mean, good. Your character came here anyway.
So I'm gonna make my way over here.
Yeah,
I
over
got
to
it. I got it on
Rosalind.
a ruler. I'm gonna make it over to Rosalind. I'm gonna whisper in Rosalind ear. Go. Hey, the dwarven lash thinks you're a Nancy and you thinks you can't hold your alcohol, whatnot.
I look at him, I'm just like, but I can't hold that. I don't drink. I don't care.
Yes, but at the same time, she thinks that you wouldn't be good in a fight because of it either.
Unlike you, I'm not an idiot.
I mean, yeah, you are. You hired me.
No, I hired you because, listen, you're strong, but doesn't mean I don't drink. I mean, I don't.
Why don't you drink? Is your liver inferior too? I thought humans had to have decent ones.
No,
I thought it was only the gnomes and the knife ears that had the problem with drinking.
Word. It's something word racist. Word racist. Also more racist. Dude. I know what you're trying to do. It isn't working.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway. Fine.
I think you can beat her.
Let me talk to her real quick.
No, go right ahead.
Alright, so Rosalind walks over to the dwarf.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna walk down here and talk to this guy. These guys.
I'm not okay. Yeah. Where is she?
Right over here, at the bar.
So I'm just gonna walk over.
You can tell she's already had 3 mugs of ale.
Okay, she hasn't drinking any of his drink yet or anything, right? Or
No, she has not.
Good.
No one's touched the bottle.
Good. I want to look at the bottle. I'm just like sighing. I'm like, you haven't drinking any of it. But hello there. So you want me to drink with you or something?
She looks at you and goes, I'd like to, but I think you'd pass out just by whiffing it.
Not wrong. Not wrong at all. However, I will. Are you, I don't know, somewhat interested in seeing how I react with you?
Oh, I'm very much interested.
Well, will you give me something if I were to do this little competition with you?
I'll give you something if you can beat me.
I'm not gonna beat you, but I know I'm not gonna beat you, but I'm gonna have the most. You may not know what kind of reaction I have because when it comes to alcohol, there's a reason I don't drink. A really, really good reason. But you won't know that unless I, take this drink that I got for a hefty penny, totally a hefty penny. So, what would you do just to see that kind of reaction?
What are you asking her exactly?
I want something to make me money. I hired that oaf over there.
I'm asking you out of character. Like, what is it exactly you're trying to ask her?
I want to ask her, like, cause I want us to go, like, find, like, go on an adventure and stuff, and, like, I want to try to ask her, does she know any, like, way to get, like, money, like, an adventure, like, anything kill, anything, stuff
Okay,
like
because
that.
that's not what you said at all.
Oh. Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
It looks like you're asking her
gotta
to
be
pay you
very
money
precise and clear when you
Yeah.
talk.
It sounds like you're asking her to pay you money to enter the competition with her.
Well, I originally was thinking about it one. I'm like, well, now I'm like, if you're willing to tell me information on any way to make a good hefty penny around here, I'll show you that reaction that I have off the street. How about that?
She looks over at Grimshaw, who she already told this information to. Looks back at you
Okay,
and
I
just
don't know that.
yeah, exactly. Looks back at you and goes, "Sure, that sounds fair."
I like to drink, and I'm like, I know that I heard it's strong, but I am slightly interested to see how strong it is. So I'm like, I pop it open, and I'm
Wait, what are you drinking?
the
With
beer
the vodka first.
Grimshaw.
Oh, do it. No, let her do it. Let her do it.
I'm gonna let her do it. What's your constitution and bonus?
My constitution is 12, and my bonus is 0.
Oh, you're fucked. You're done.
And you're drinking it from the bottle, not a shot?
I'm going to try to chug the entire thing.
Oh, no.
Roll me one constitution check with a -5.
-5, that's not enough.
No! Listen. This thing's hitting her, but this is for something else.
16, minus 5 is 11.
This is a death save?
No, it's not. Okay, so really quick, audience. For those who do not know first edition, there is no such thing as a death save. If your health goes below -10, you're dead. There's no coming back from that. Unless you have a resurrection spell. Yeah. No, this is not a death save. This is how badly does her body react to the burning sensation that is Nithro vodka pouring down her throat when she has never tried this, never handled it, and probably never had much alcohol before in her life. You don't handle it well.
No, you do not.
This is burning down your throat.
She's younger, but like, she hasn't had alcohol in a long time.
So, if I
Look,
can make
you could have alcohol like every day. If you haven't upgraded from at least ale to something higher than that, you would never be ready for this.
Yeah, nope. Mm-mm.
So
Okay.
if I could give an analogy, it'd be like a regular person who drinks a shot of like Jameson or something like that every day, upgrading to Everclear. That's
Oh.
going from a 40% alcohol to a 95% alcohol. You're basically drinking rubbing alcohol at that point. It burns no matter what.
Okay, I have an idea for a reaction.
Do it.
No. I need you to let me finish.
Okay.
Because you do not get past 1 full glass's worth of the vodka before you immediately pass out.
Like, I don't do any, I just immediately pass out.
You go comatose. And she catches the bottle before it falls as you collapse onto the ground.
Now, do I hear this going on behind
Yes!
me?
You hear the
Do
crash. You hear the
So
crash as
I-
she falls to the ground.
I turn around and I see the bottle in her hand, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna clap.
There's a couple of people who join in. They're like laughing at the scene of it. Ruko's cleaning a mug. He's just shaking his head with a chuckle. It's like poor lass never knew what happened.
I'm gonna grab her. I'm gonna put her over my shoulder. I'm gonna look at the dwarven lass and go, "Thank you."
She just nods her head sagely.
And I'm gonna carry her upstairs and put her to bed.
Wow.
And I'm gonna go back downstairs and I'm gonna press the two that I'm at currently for information.
Well, before you get to them, you do notice that she has there is a small glass on the table with some of the vodka in it, set aside for you.
I take it and I pound it.
Roll a Constitution check. Okay, roll a Constitution check with your modifier, and then -5.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. I'm down.
You're not down, but so essentially you went from not drunk at all and sober to like you're 80% drunk.
To immediately.
Yeah, it hit you like a truck.
Phenomenal. Still gonna carry her upstairs and drop
He
her
just
off.
doesn't do anything. He just says phenomenal.
She takes a cup of her own, chugs it down. She's like, oh, that's good stuff.
Isn't it though? It's the best way to get drunk in the dwarven cities.
She looks at you, grins, smirks, and goes, huh, I could go a few more rounds before I get drunk.
That may be, but I've got a job to do, remember?
Oh no, I need you to roll me a wisdom check at this point. With a -2.
I think I might pass that one.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm not so bad.
Despite the state your mind's in, you somehow are able to keep track of like, no, probably a bad idea.
Listen, you're a fighting lass and I'd take you up any other day of the week. But this one has to be protected.
She nods and goes, well, it was worth a shot.
It was. So I take her up, throw her on the bed, lock the door, and then pass out in the chair. Because I'm not getting any information out of those two now.
Yeah, no. Alright.
Well, that was great day. We got some info.
Alright. Now then, since you guys have both passed out at your beds and chair.
Bed and chair.
Yeah, bed and chair.
The bed and chair.
Let's go ahead and get started.
Splendid.
So,
Change scene.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. You both wake up to a loud, sharp banging sound going on.
Son of a bitch! Am I like really like groggy and like?
Oh no, you're hungover.
No, you are. It basically is the king of hangovers.
Gavin's like, son of a bitch! Oh my god!
You don't even get to the son of a buh.
No. I would honestly say like you go son of a, and then you immediately pass out again onto the floor.
You literally open your eyes, go, oh my god, my head's about to explode.
Yeah.
And then pass out again.
Yeah.
You don't get to the son of a. You
then-
made the mistake of trying to become half bottle Everclear.
And then you're brought back to consciousness again as you hear another.
If she goes out again, we're working on her.
Am I able to stand up, or am I not able to stand up from this massive?
With severe difficulty, like everything's spinning, the room looks fuzzy, everything's blurry.
Can I roll this over
Is
again?
there water in the room?
No.
Like, is there a bucket of like water? That'd be great.
Actually, I would say that there is a washing basin.
I'm gonna fill up the washing basin and I'm just gonna dump it on her.
No! Can I roll a dodge?
No, do not roll the.
You cannot.
No, no,
You have-
do
I would
not.
say- No, you cannot. Roll a Constitution check to see if you can snap out of your stupor.
That's fine too. Plus 8. Just 8.
You're awake and you're conscious enough to actually stand up, but it still feels like the whole place is dizzy and shaking.
Okay, so he poured the water on me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. It's cold water probably too.
Can I slap him?
I would say roll to hit with a -5.
Cool. Would it be like a D20?
D20, yeah.
Okay. 5. Wait, no, -2. No, what modifier would I use?
So you use your strength modifier to see if you hit to hit bonus, and then
Okay, well, -2, so it's 8, and then -5, 3.
yeah. So yeah, no, you completely missed. If anything,
And I'm just kind of staring at her the entire
no,
time.
no, like when you swing, not only are you swinging way too high to hit him, but you're also swinging too far back. So it would have missed him regardless, but it's like stupidly out of the way now.
I'm like saying, like, when did you get so short?
And you say that and you fall back onto the ground as you got dizzy from the swing.
Alright, lass. I pick her back up, set her on her feet.
Yeah.
Listen, someone's knocking on our door in the middle of the night.
I'm trying.
No,
Yeah.
you're not trying to answer. You're gonna sit down for a second and compose yourself.
Can I just fall
Go
for
over to the door, and I'm just gonna open it.
It's my fault. Like, my face.
Before you get to the door, you realize that it's not coming from the door, it's coming from your closet.
I'm just going, like, you know, like, when your face is, like,
So,
on
like,
the-
my hand's on the doorknob, and then suddenly I just hear it from behind me, like,
Well, to the side. It's gonna be to the
Yeah.
left of the door.
I just want to say.
Oh, right. Let me move you guys up to there.
In the closet.
Should probably move you guys to the appropriate floor. That's my bad.
That's fine.
There we go. That's better. Let me set your vision. There we
My
go.
galaxy is black.
Oh, shoot. Whoops.
Well, I guess that makes sense. All she's seeing is literally her face is on the bed. She ain't seeing anything right now.
Yeah, you're pretty... You're not... Your face isn't on the bed. I literally picked you up and just sat you down, so you're, like, kind of...
I want my face to, like, face plant onto the bed. Like, I'm on the bed, now my face is literally on the bed.
Just after I set you there.
Yeah, I just fall over.
Behold, it's always sunny in the Forgotten Realms.
I don't see any sun, just pitch black and death.
Alright, so, yeah, you guys hear the sound coming from the closet, not the door.
Can I just mumble, did you lock a girl in the closet?
No, I thought that was you.
What? Why would I get in the closet?
I was gonna say, how would she do that? She's not that comatose.
Closet.
Your point? You're gonna waking up in the middle of the night? No, I have.
The DM stares at the dwarf, claiming that somehow the comatose individual woke up and was conscious enough to steal someone and put them in the closet.
Have you ever heard of
You've never sleptwalked before?
Sleptwalk, yes. After a comatose state from being knocked out by too much alcohol?
Yes!
I'm pretty sure, like, in actuality, I don't think you can actually sleepwalk after, like, being knocked out, like, from alcohol. I really don't, like, reality, actually, I really don't think that happens.
I beg to differ.
Have you
Yeah, have
actually
you done
done
it
that
before?
before? Oh, Lord.
I am a very weird individual. It happens to like 1% of the people who drink, but I do sleepwalk when I drink.
That is...
Well, she's not the 1%, but congratulations, you're the 1%.
Alright.
Yeah, I know. But again, it's stupid things for me to ask questions about because my dwarf does not know human.
Yeah.
Well, I want what he doesn't even bother. Well, go to the closet.
So he goes to the closet and he knocks in the same pattern that's been knocking. So
I'm not even looking. I'm like, did he go to the closet yet? Because I think it's the same.
Yeah,
thing.
at this point, it's just going back and forth. Nothing's happening, nothing's changing.
Go to the closet. Open the door. too loud.
Bang, bang, bang.
Open the door! Oh my god.
Alright, so he grabs it, he opens the door,
Alright, he
and
opens the
like
door.
he steps out of the way.
Alright. So, you guys watch as at first glance, what appears to be like a shadowy figure with a flittering of white light kind of flashes past you guys and goes through the door.
Oh my god, is that an angel?
I don't think that's an angel. And I don't think you should follow that white light either.
White means good.
White does not mean good in this instance. Lash, you're nearly dead already.
Grimshaw, follow the light! Do it!
I'm not following the light. You're gonna sit on that bed and you're gonna listen to me.
No,
That ain't
pretty
normal.
light, go through the colors.
Listen,
Do it.
you're drunk. You're drunker than me.
I'm not saying
I'm
for
gonna
you to
be
do
charged
it, I'm
today.
saying for you to do it. Do it,
You may be the one I'm protecting.
do it.
You may be the one that I'm supposed to be here
Yeah,
protecting,
yeah.
but if you tell me I'm supposed to chase after that random white light that ran off into some
Do it,
ungodly place,
fine,
I'm gonna tell you that you're sitting right on that fucking
fine,
bed, and we're gonna figure out what's going on here. Because there wasn't anything in our bed before. Our bed's
I'm just getting up from the bed and trying to follow the white pretty light. I
Is
want
she
to walk.
following? Is she following the pretty light?
Can I follow the pretty light?
You can if you want.
I'm following the pretty light. I'm like,
She's
fine.
wrapping her and throwing her back on the bed.
Wait, what did he say?
I'm
you doing?
grabbing
Oh, you're
Can I-
grabbing
and
her?
throwing me back on the bed.
Can I? Can I use a cantrip?
You can.
I would say from now on you'd have to roll a wisdom check to use cantrips because you're so out of it.
You are.
Can I do it?
Roll a wisdom check.
Okay. Oh god. +3, 9.
No,
She twiddles her fingers and tries to cast it, just doesn't.
because you also have a penalty to intelligence and wisdom checks.
I can't do anything.
Oh,
I
and
love my.
by the way, only this time it's coming from outside the door.
I'm like on the bed. I'm like, fine. You don't want me to do it? Do it. Just do it.
Sit.
Do it. Go towards the light. If you don't let me, you do it yourself.
I just take the door and crack it a little bit to see if I can see through it.
Yeah.
Just enough to see through it.
There's nothing on the other side of the door, but you still hear the bang sound coming from down the hallway. Move this out of the way.
I don't like this.
I don't care. Just do it.
Girl, we need to leave. Something about this place ain't sitting right with me.
I can't sit right.
I know you can't sit right. You had mithril vodka and you're a human. Listen, Ross, I understand what you're going through. I almost went through
I'll
it
give you
the
that
same way.
one. I'll give you that one because that's true.
But if I have to carry you out of here, I will.
No, I'm
Something about
Light,
this
light,
place.
go! Just do it. Go to the light. Follow
I'm
the
not
light.
going to the light. That's sheer death, woman.
At this point, the banging sound is starting to get louder and louder.
Oh,
Louder.
This is getting me a headache. Just do something.
You do. Get up.
I'm
Stop using
trying.
for once.
You really put me back on the bed. I fought like multiple. I can't count. You do it.
Can you stand?
Can I stand? I stand up. Am I like wobbly? Like am I?
A little
crying?
bit, yeah. And
I'm
Grimshaw,
like-
don't forget you are a little
like-
you are a little hungover too, because you got 80% drunk last night on one chug of Oh, the
Oh
mithril
yeah, I
vodka.
know. Oh, I know. But I feel like dwarves do it a little bit better.
Like, I want to stand up, put my hand on the bed, like, to steal myself, and I'm, like, pointing at him, like, I can
That's
stand
your
up.
mistake. Are you gonna be able to walk after that?
Let me see. I walk over to Grimshaw.
Alright, you walk over. Oh, actually, roll me a wisdom check.
Oh, wisdom check to walk. No, you fall flat on your face.
No, that's not what I was going for. You walk over to the Grimjaw on the left.
Oh, she has double vision.
I'm gonna say triple vision, actually.
Oh no!
I'm like, I see, I can walk. I'm fine. I'm talking to him, like, my face is pointing towards him. I'm like, I can walk.
No, you walk over to the left version of him and bump into the wall.
Oh. I'm like, oh, stop! I can walk with accuracy, that's not right.
Alright.
With accuracy, I can walk. What
Pick up
next?
my hammer off the ground.
No, like, I think I'm
And
standing
it.
up.
No, yeah,
grab
she
her
didn't
by-
fall off, but she almost fell down.
I
I'm
know.
like, I can walk.
I'm gonna grab my maul in one hand, put it on my shoulder, grab her by the other end, and I think it's time for us to leave.
Mm.
Something about this place doesn't make sense.
I can't think.
So I'm gonna exit our room and start making my way out.
Yeah.
Okay, so like down the stairs and everything?
So just in general, we're just gonna exit the room right now, which I'm
Okay.
assuming is right there.
Ed?
And then we're gonna slowly make our way down the hall as quiet as we can be.
Can I be really loud?
You absolutely can be.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be talking about, like, where are we going? Are we leaving yet? What? Are we going towards the light? I'm like screaming this. Like, I'm not even, like, being quiet. He's like tiptoeing while I'm just, like, screaming.
No, Grimshaw doesn't tiptoe, but he knows that when to be quiet.
Yeah.
Well, is he gonna reply to my amazing screaming?
He's not going to. He's just gonna shake his head like she's gonna wake up the dead.
You know, I fought a dead guy once. He didn't have anything on him though. He was very hot. He was hot for a dead guy. Why can't I find any dead guys?
So are we good? Going down the hallway.
You guys go down the hallway.
There's a bald guy who had a lot of money. He was set on fire.
So I'm gonna say we're right here right now. We're about halfway. Are we still good?
Is the guy who, wait, is that light fire? Are we going to hell? Please! I don't want to go there yet. I've done so many good things. Like,
Knock on the door. Do you got any chloroform?
I haven't done anything yet. Are we there yet?
Alright, so our not so silent stealth operation going on right now because I'm clinking like a kitchen and she's screaming at the top of her lungs.
You know, you're strong for a short guy.
Nothing's changed. You're still hearing the banging noise at the end of the hallway.
You know, if we're going
The end
to
of the hallway down or the hall?
This
Like
way.
where is the
This direction.
I see this direction and I didn't see a ping.
I'm pinging.
I'm assuming it's down the not offshoot. It's down the straight hallway.
Hold on, let me. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see that one now.
Okay, I was on DM. Alright, that's why. GM overlay.
So we're down. So if I hear it down that way, is that where the stairway is?
No, the stairway is this direction.
All right.
Still black in the game.
Considering I have an immensely drunk human on my hands, I am not, me personally, I am not at liberty to chase the sound of knocking.
I can chase it.
I mean, do you want the opposing strength roll for that?
Sure.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say she can somehow get out of your grasp because she's the most drunk and you're mostly drunk. So even if you're strong, have you tried grappling like a wild teenager or a child who can just writhe in weird ways?
I mean,
I don't know how to
yeah,
describe
that makes sense. That makes kind of sense, but you still have a
Like-
chance. But I'll let it go.
It would be a dex check with a penalty
Yeah.
for you to try and keep grasp on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm just gonna let's just say for the sake of goofiness, let her run and chase it.
Yeah,
Yes!
especially since she's like taller than you and bigger than you in every way. So.
Yes, but what's her strength score?
Strength at this point, it's less of strength and more of dexterity.
I don't know. Have you ever tried to break out of an iron grip before?
Well, if they're like very like slimy, I mean, it doesn't matter how strong they are. They can just try to get out of it. Like, I don't know. What do you want to do, DM? I want to it's colorful.
Personally, narrative-wise, I agree. You break free.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with.
Narrative-wise, you break free.
So she just kind of like wiggles out. Yeah, wiggles out, collapses onto the ground, scrambles to her feet, and just rushes to the door.
Okay.
Oh my god! Okay, she starts rushing towards the door.
Yeah.
So we're down around here now, right?
Yeah, at that door specifically.
Okay, truth be told, I only see a black screen on my screen for the game.
Yeah, she's grayed out for me.
Why is that?
I don't know. You
I don't
might have
know,
played it in
a
conscious.
black screen right now. Which it fit in the bedroom because all she saw was black, but like I think there's sunlight now.
Oh, I know why. Okay. I know why that
Why?
is. Do you guys have any torches or lanterns at all? Because she doesn't have dark vision. Or, sorry, she doesn't have infravision like you do.
Let me see what it
Oh. Why would we light a torch inside a tavern?
Okay, yeah,
has.
so Rosaline, you're basically rushing through the darkness toward the sound, and you bump into the door.
I'm like, ah! I found it! Okay, but I found it, so, like, I opened the door.
So she's over here.
Yeah, Grimshaw, you would be able to catch up to her before she opened the door. She can't see shit.
I'm just gonna, you know what? For narrative, she opens the door.
I would honestly say roll a dex check.
Me?
Yeah.
No, her.
Okay. I swear, my dice has been so low this entire game.
Yeah, me too.
This is why I hate digital dice so much.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you mind if I roll?
Yeah, can I roll for the girl dice?
As long as you both promise and swear not to lie about any roll you make.
I
Dude,
swear.
I love rolling low because it's just funny that way.
I like rolling low, but I don't like rolling low through a digital device.
Yeah,
Look,
because
I
it
love
does it
rolling.
repetitively.
I love rolling low simply because it's so funny when your character just flounders terribly.
Yeah, exactly.
My freaking been floundering terribly. Okay, I'm a roll.
Go ahead and roll.
Hang on, let me get my rolling cup.
Okay. plus my dex check, 7 plus dex, 9.
I would recommend bringing the rolling stuff over to the screen so that you don't go off camera whenever you roll.
We'll roll again then?
I'd recommend having all of your dice and trays and all kind of stuff in front of you so you don't have to go off screen when you roll.
Okay, can we roll like right here then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I have a rolling cup.
Okay, I have a roll right here. I got a 10 plus my dex check to a 12.
Okay, so -2, so that's 10. I'm gonna go ahead and say you somehow managed to find the door handle.
Yes, I'm like the handle open.
And you fall flat face first onto the ground into the door.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't always sunny in Forgotten Realms.
In this realm, I am doing things. Am I doing them correctly?
No.
No, obviously. Oh no. Okay, I'm in the room. Okay,
Yep.
What's going on? I fall face first. I'm like, oof, the oof.
You still hear the banging noise, but you don't know where it's coming from.
I'm just like screaming, shut up!
Just gonna kind of grab her by the back of her jacket or whatever she's wearing,
Listen, I'm not into dwarves.
and pick her up and go, "Would you kindly be a little bit more quiet? I'm pretty sure if you yell more loud, you'll wake the dead." And I just put her back down on the ground.
How am I being loud? Are you not hearing this? Ugh. Literally, there's this noise.
Do you want to know what it is? Do you want to know what it is?
I
Let's-
want to know how to stop it.
Let's find it then, and
Okay.
then let's get out of here because I am not getting good. I'm not getting good vibes from this place.
Cool. By the way, stop me next time before I drink, please.
This place does not pass the vibe check.
Okay, cool. Where's the white light? The white light might be good.
All right, so I'm gonna pick her up slowly and put her on the bed that's in there
Alright.
because she obviously can't take care of herself when she's drunk.
Well, oh.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna search for wherever that sound's coming from.
It's coming from the closet.
I'm gonna go over to the closet,
Alright.
do a quick few taps with the back of my hammer, the pommel of the hammer.
Alright.
Does it reciprocate the noise?
What do you mean?
So I'm tapping on the door with the pommel of my hammer, so it's just like,
Yeah.
Shut up!
so it reciprocates the noise back.
It's the same banging noise as before, if that's what you're asking.
But it's really loud this time, like we know it's in this room.
Yeah, it's definitely behind the door, basically.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the other one, grab the door handle, open the door, and just get out of the way.
Okay. I'll see it. You guys watch as a... Okay, so you open the door and you immediately see a bugbear.
Can I catch the bug?
That's... Okay. let me just...
You want to catch the bug. I love that.
Rosalind, do you know what a bugbear is?
No.
So, essentially think like a 9-foot tall creature covered in, like, amber-like fur.
Can I hug it?
No.
Why? Why can I hug it? It's a furry thing. That's
You are on the bed.
Can I get up, walk forward, and hug it?
Not enough time. This thing appears to lunge forward, so go ahead and roll initiative.
You gonna roll with
I mean,
d20?
like,
That'd be
I
a
can't see in my
D6.
mug anymore.
D6,
Oh, it's a
everyone.
D6?
Yeah.
Oh, d6? Okay. 4. this girl's got 4.
There we go.
Do you need to roll again?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. So, like,
You guys go
if
first.
You both have 4.
I'm gonna say Grimshaw goes first.
Yeah,
So-
that makes sense.
Can I make an observation to see if it's like falling down?
Roll an intelligence check with a -4 because you are still drunk.
Yeah.
Or hungover.
16 minus
16?
4 is 12.
No, you can't really tell. It
But
looks
like
like
it's lunging out, right? Like its
Yeah.
head's kind of like forward out.
yeah, its head
That's
and
what I
arms
was
are kind of
going-
like reaching out.
Sorry, that's what I was going for. I'm gonna hit it in the back. I'm gonna try and thwop it in the back of the head.
Okay, roll to hit.
Five plus 9. 14.
Yeah, that hits. Even with the hangover, that hits.
Thwonk.
All right,
What,
you guys.
what was Maul again? What was the damage on Maul again?
1 second. Let me grab my weapon cards.
I feel like I remember it, but I don't remember it.
This is a big furry thing. Like, is it evil? What does it? It's like, what is it exactly?
It's climbing out of the closet.
What is the thing exactly? Big furry thing.
All right. By logic, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to try and see if I can find a picture of it. Oh, hi, D20 SOD actually popped up. That is Wizards of the Coast. I can't use that anymore.
Yeah, no Wizards of the Coast.
Ah, that's annoying. They took all their pictures down then.
What happened?
So the best I can do is a 5e picture.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
The
What?
bugbear picture.
Sorry.
What picture?
A picture of a bugbear.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm gonna send it to you first, Ella, and I'm gonna see if that's about what you're thinking for bugbear. If not, I'm not even gonna bother sending it to her. But that's what shows up for 3.5 and 5e.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. So
Like,
I'm
it's a
gonna
little
put
bit different, but in general.
the general gist of it. I'm gonna put it in main campaign chat then, because this is relevant now.
Okay, so the damage of the maul is
Oh, that's not cute or cuddly.
what?
That's
Yeah.
not cute or cuddly.
Okay, I have it. Okay, I'm gonna have a different reaction. Okay, cool, chill. Okay, keep doing it. Thanks for sending that.
Don't yell at me.
Oh, I have a cat too who's meowing at me. It's great.
Kitties!
Okay, look at
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, please. You got a cat. My cat's cute.
He's done.
Okay,
So what was the ball?
The maul damage is 1 to 8.
1d8. Gotcha. Plus my bullshit. Plus 9.
Is it literally plus 9 damage?
It is. I double specialize to a maul.
Oh lord.
I do the thwomps.
Alright, so what's the damage?
11.
Alright, cool. You smack the back of its head with your maul. And after it falls down, you guys notice that it's motionless and has a dagger sticking out of its back.
That's a big bear. Like, what the heck is that? Can I, like, I see the dagger, I'm like, Can I take the dagger?
Yeah, you can take the dagger.
So I'm like, wait, pick it up. I'm like, I'm gonna keep this. Thanks, Grimshaw. Is it now silent in the room now? Did like turn off? Like, is there no more knocking?
Yeah, the knocking has stopped.
Does it look dwarven made?
No, it's human made basically.
I have no idea then. It is shoddy and I do not like it.
Wow. Like the dagger are you talking about?
Yes.
Okay, I take the dagger. I'm like, I like daggers. That's the only weapon I use. Okay. The thing's dead. What do we do now? Do you want to still leave? I'm like getting at least a little better. I'm like, we should probably go. If that thing is trying to attack you.
I have two questions. A, why was there a bugbear in the closet? And B, lass, why did somebody stab the bugbear in the back in the closet?
Okay, we don't question people's kinks here. So let's just go before we ask too many questions, let's just leave. There isn't a reason why we should care, because obviously they're trying to kill us. Or, I don't know, play a little game. I'm not in games. I'm so dead right now, like mentally and physically. Let's just leave, go somewhere else, and not worry about it. We can sleep it off. Okay, like, I generally, I'll be like, oh, let's go find the answer. I'm not in the mood. Why do you care?
Because suddenly something just randomly popped out of a closet.
A lot of things can come out of closets.
So can you, but that's not what the point.
I don't, listen, you're right. I can actually think now. This place is like haunted or something. Let's just go. We shouldn't care, just freaking leave. We get out as quick as possible. Then that probably won't happen again. If this happens again, then we'll do something about it.
Alright, lass. But I got a question for you. Are you gonna let go of my hand this time?
Yes! Oh my god. Oh, I'm
So I
fine.
grab her by the hand and I start trucking out of there.
I just let go of hand and start trying to dart by myself without him holding my freaking hand.
That's literally me running past you, grabbing your hand in a, at this point, vice-like grip. Like,
Fine.
borderline hurting you.
I'm like, just
As
like,
I run past you
fine. And we're just bucking it out of there.
and yeeting myself out of that building. So now we're out.
Are we out?
We're running down the hallway.
Alright.
No longer making sure I'm quiet.
Yeah, I'm like, just leave. Let's not care about this.
So where are you heading?
Out.
Are you heading out?
Yes.
This time it's
Not-
coming from your room.
No.
Ignore it. Grimshaw, ignore it. Let's keep running. Who cares?
Run. Down the hall.
You're really booking it. You're trying to get out of the tavern.
Yes.
Yeah, but like, we don't care. I'm
Alright.
saying.
So you guys,
She
You guys
said,
run
"Get
down the
out, we'll
stair-
find
yeah.
somewhere else."
you guys run down the stairs. You open up the door, and you're greeted with an incredibly thick, shadowy fog that obscures everything. So you can run out, but you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Well. Oh my god, why am I thinking this idea? I have an idea if you can't see.
Like you know the what do you call it? You know like when you get blindness in Minecraft, how it's black around you in a specific radius. After a certain
Yeah.
radius, yeah. Think that, only it's fog.
God, this is a haunted tavern. I have a great idea. Grimshaw, do you have anything that can make fire?
I have a hammer.
My idea is if we can't see. Let's just
I mean, that's half of flint and steel.
Okay. Then let's just light the tavern on fire. I don't care anymore. This
But
place
what
is
about the booze inside?
Because, listen, because we don't care. I know there's booze. I know the good booze. We can get more booze, but we can't get another life. Normally I wouldn't recommend this, but if this place is haunted, that means there's nothing good in here.
We're outside, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
While we're having this conversation, I'm gonna light up the other half of that stogie. While we're still talking.
You're gonna light of your own cigarette, or sorry, cigar.
The cigar, yes.
Yeah.
perfect.
While we're still talking to see if she notices.
No, I see the cigar. I'm like, perfect. We can use this to light a fire. Let's light this place on fire. Do we have any alcohol in us?
Why would you waste a good stogie?
Do you want to die? Oh my god! I can't take it from his hands.
You can try.
Can I make an attempt to take it?
Roll
from
to
his
hit.
hands? Okay. D20. What are you, strength or what are you, dexterity?
Roll to hit. So you're to hit bonus.
Okay.
Oh no. She got my stogie.
What'd you roll?
She rolled a nat 20. She got my stogie.
She not only catches it, but she whiffs it like she flicks it around to get the flames, the heat running, enough to where it can actually burn something.
You're gonna thank me later. I'm gonna try to is the tavern made out of wood?
Wood and stone.
So if I somehow, do I have any alcohol in me? Let me see. Do I?
No, you don't have any on your
alcohol
person.
on you. We're outside of a tavern, woman.
Well, do you have any alcohol on you?
No, I don't. I don't carry alcohol on me. I carry stogies.
I want to light the tavern on fire. What do I have that can do that? That is the question. It's not just wood, I need steel. Can I somehow I don't know. Give me an idea here. I'm trying to light the place.
It's the one thing they did right.
Give me okay, come on, give me an idea here. I want to light this place on fire. Let me think. I'm not good at ideas here. Again, and she's drunk, that doesn't help either. Can I try to just I don't know. Is the place easily flammable?
Flammable?
Easily flammable.
Yeah.
Flammable. We're gonna call it flammable now.
I'm gonna say my name wrong.
Roll an intelligence check.
Huh?
Roll an intelligence check.
Cool, I can do that. 5 plus
You're dumb.
8.
So 6. No, you have no idea. You'd have to roll. You have to just you're like, you know what? Roll for it. And you try to burn it, and the cigarette ends up going out. Or
So you mean
the
try to roll
cigar
for it?
went out.
Okay. I rolled for something and I got 19.
No. I was saying roll with it, kind of thing.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'm like, I tried to
Yeah. You try to stamp it against the wood. It doesn't work.
I just give him back his little thing. His little showy thingy. Next thing.
Just scrape it off and put it back in my pocket.
I'm like, fine. Can you just try to destroy the
We're going
building?
in there. We're gonna go back in. Listen. Go back in.
No, why?
Grab a napkin. And we're gonna grab the mithril vodka. And we're gonna use that together with my striker here. The one thing that I've been using to light my stogies.
Listen. I think we should
We're gonna do this.
We need to have less of
And
those
we're
in here.
gonna do that concoction at the bar. And if I think what I think is right, that mithril vodka should go up like a candle in the middle of the night.
We use a different alcohol.
So, fire everywhere, good times all around. Sound
Fine.
good?
Yeah.
But
Let's go.
I need you, and I need you specifically
What?
to get the mithril vodka. Because when we go in there, something's gonna be after us. You said this place was haunted.
Do you want me to be your human shield? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm gonna be your human shield. You just gotta go in there quick.
I can be quick.
You
Fine.
should-
At least I have longer legs than you. You stubby legs can't get there fast enough.
I'm gonna grab her and I'm gonna bring her down to my level. I'm going to make sure she's sure. Like, I'm literally gonna drag you down to my level and go, are you sure?
Which is funny because on the camera you're higher than she is.
I'm just gonna be like,
I'm sitting upright now, which, again,
I am sure I can grab it. Protect me?
I'll make sure I keep everything I can off you. Be fast, be thorough. We only have one chance at this.
Fine.
Got it.
Got it. Let's do it.
Let go of her.
Like, get back. And then I'm gonna start booking it inside without anything.
Wait.
You dash inside.
Yeah,
You
just
grab-
dash inside.
As you grab the bottle, you hear the banging sound again.
Shut up! I'm just screaming. Okay, I got it. And then what do I get? I get a napkin.
A napkin and the mithril vodka.
Okay, I got the
There
box.
aren't napkins as that has not been invented yet, but you grab a towel.
That'll work.
Towels will work. We'll make it work.
I grabbed it. I'm like, get your lighter.
Alright, so I grab the mithril vodka and I go, God, this is a waste. Soak the rag in the mithril vodka. Stick the rag in the top. Strike it. And then open the door, throw it in the room at the other alcohol, at the whole alcohol shelf. To try and get as much of it lit as possible.
You close the door or keep it open to watch?
Oh no, I closed that door.
Okay.
Big fireball? And then I'm just going to run into the darkness. I'm going to grab her hand and run into the darkness.
Alright.
At this point, the darkness is safe.
Hopefully.
How long do you run?
Enough.
When's enough?
How long can she run? Before
So about
I start...
about 10 minutes of running in a straight line away from the tavern. You almost run into the tavern.
This isn't good.
Well, okay, then fine. Let's just watch. Well, it's the place on fire now.
And we did light the place on fire.
If so, we can just watch it burn. Let it burn,
Fire.
and then eventually you should go. Then we should be fine. It probably just needs to burn down, and then we're good. The problem will die with the tavern.
Is the fire going in the tavern? Can we see
Oh,
the red lips of flames from the window?
If you look in the windows and you see the flame dying down, the alcohol has not spread to the other bottles. There was no fireball, and the fire is dying down. Nothing seems to be burned.
He thought I was smart. Well, no, that's not what I meant. You're not smart.
Listen here, woman. I made what we in my town call the dwarvish cocktail. It's not something you use lightly, especially because it's basically alcohol abuse.
Oh yeah.
It didn't burn a single thing.
Sorry for your loss of the drink. Oh.
It's not about the loss of the drink at this point. It's the fact that it didn't burn a single thing.
Well, okay.
It's
So we can't
something
burn
those witch elves made here.
Fine. Can we? Okay. You know, like, does the tavern have like like pillars that like are holding it up? Let's just break those pillars so the place just collapses in on itself.
And how would you do that safely?
You get your axe or whatever you have. I don't know what you have. What does he have? I don't
A
know.
maul.
What does he
Big.
have?
Basically, it's
Giant.
it's a two-handed hammer, basically.
Big old hand.
Stuff it at its bearings, and then we run out. Like, it's chuck it. Hopefully, it breaks. And we get out.
She's done demolition before.
Obviously, I've never seen demolition. It's just an idea I have.
Well, your idea is stupid. I'm a dwarf. It wouldn't work right.
Well, yeah.
Let me tell you something that's going on here,
we're in shit.
Well, I know we're in shit.
We're just digging a hole right now, and God forbid we gotta figure out what's going on. Let me see that little dagger you picked up the other earlier.
Fine.
We might be
Here.
able to discern something from it.
Does it look like any particular dagger? Like anything special?
I'm gonna really inspect this thing. Like before, I only looked at if it was dwarven made or not.
No,
Yeah.
I'm really
Inspecting it, him or me?
like the etymology of it now, like making
roll-
sure it's. Go ahead.
Roll intelligence check.
I am dumb as stone.
Can I get? Okay, I'll inspect it. Can I?
You're good. That was just to get any additional super details. You can tell this is human made. This is obviously human made. You can actually see, now that you're inspecting it, there is some fresh blood on it from the bugbear. But overall, it looks like a commonly used dagger. Like anyone could have bought this and used it.
Can I inspect it? I might be able to see something.
You can, yeah.
Now hold it up. Anything you see?
Okay. Do I roll d20?
Roll,
Yeah.
yeah.
9 plus 2, 11.
11?
Yeah.
You see the same thing as him.
Fuck.
I rolled a natural 1. By the way, that's why when I say like I'm dumb as stones, or if I say something along those lines, that's me rolling a natural 1 from this point on. I'll say something real funny about it.
Got it. Yeah.
I am very proud of the fact that I roll terribly.
We have no other choice. We have to go in and try, and you are going to kill the thing that's causing all the problems.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
I can at least light up the area.
Oh, you're so useful.
I
No
will.
no wonder you hired me to protect you.
Yeah, obviously. See, we're a team. We're so good together. Let's go. Let's do it.
Man, I didn't know there was an I in team.
Shut up. Let's go.
Alright.
Alright, I guess we're going back in.
Yeah,
Alright, you guys go back into the tavern.
Can I, so I can see, can I use a cantrip? Can I use a cantrip, or am I still unable to do the cantrip?
You can use cantrips now, but you still can't see unless you have a light with you.
No, can I use the cantrip, colored lights?
What does that do again?
Let me go back to the D&D spells thing. Colored lights. Create one or more glows to pass a light, around them, a single globe, illuminates 1 foot in diameter. Pretty much it's gloves that can, that I think like shows lights everywhere. It's like, you know, like light sources. I think.
Alright, yeah, you can use it. Doesn't give me a duration, which is curious, but yeah, you can use it.
Cool. I use the colored lights and like spout lights all around me. I'm like, now I can see it. Like I just
Yeah,
put it,
Grimshaw,
like,
you see her cast a spell.
You learned that from the witch elves too?
I learned it from none of your business. Now let's go.
I knew Nunya. Nunya was a good person. She wouldn't cast those kinds of spells.
Well, at least I can cast spells.
I don't need to cast spells. What has spells ever done except got us into this mess?
Do you know that this spell caused this mess?
You said this place was haunted, didn't you, lass?
Well, I said haunted. It didn't mean it had to be mad. I don't know. It could be. That was just.
What is a haunting but magic?
It doesn't mean it's I'm just saying that there's something wrong here. It doesn't mean it's haunted. I was drunk.
I love that
Yes,
they're in a
sir.
haunted tavern that won't let them escape, won't burn down, and something bad's going on. They're still arguing over trivial stuff.
I don't care. It's fine. The problem I can see now because the lights. I placed it like all around me, all around the area. Let's go.
Alright, we're gonna go to the knocking now.
Let me adjust her vision real quick so that she can see little too.
I would appreciate that.
Because the knocking is apparently the best lead we have.
If I were you, whenever you see any knocking, hit it. Like just You see the source of the knocking? Slam your hammer into it.
Nah,
Why?
got better idea.
What's your better idea?
Boot, and then whatever's behind the door, I hit it.
Just hit. If you hit your
If I hit the door, that puts my hammer in a bad position.
There you go.
If I hit the door, that
He's-
puts my hammer in a good position.
Okay.
Rosalind, you can see anything within 2 feet.
Congratulations.
How did you fall?
So you're still following Grimshaw everywhere.
Pretty much, yeah.
Son
Hey,
of
2
a-
feet, 2 feet better than nothing.
It is.
So you said our room specifically had the last instance of knocking.
Correct.
So we gotta make our way up to our room. So we're gonna do that. Unfortunately. And we're here. And then we're gonna go here.
I can definitely see where you're going through this map. It's not like I'm literally putting my character everywhere, trying to see where to go.
For some reason, my character didn't want to get out that seat. Laggy. All right, hang on.
Along the way, do I spot anything of interest that may, lead me
She's
to
basically
something?
walking down the hallway with like a candle.
Candle
Is it
actually
like
would
you
probably.
know?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Rosalind, stop. I'm
Candle-
taking you there. Taking you there.
Okay, cool.
You're basically like still on my code at this point. So we're gonna go in here. And we're gonna find where that knocking is. That incessant knocking.
It's coming from the closet.
I'm gonna kick the closet open.
Yeah!
You kick the closet in, and ayo, there's that shadowy figure with the spark, with the shimmer of light, of white light going through
I'm gonna
you.
swing at it before it leaves.
Kill it!
It goes through you, through the door, and back down the hallway.
Wait, it
Nice.
literally goes through him?
What?
Did it literally go through him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Son, it's immortal! What do we do now?
We throw you at it.
Right! Okay, if it goes through you, it's probably gonna go through me too. If you try to stab it, it's probably gonna go...
Yes, but it probably wants a sacrifice at this point. We throw you at it.
Well, you're smaller and more portable. I mean, if you just chuck yourself at it, it'd be better.
Yes. But what would that get me? I'm here to protect you, but the problem is I have self-preservation.
And I have myself in my brain.
Yeah, what did that do for you? How far did your brain get you?
Well, how far did it get you? We're in the same position.
Yes, but this wasn't my idea.
Well, it wasn't my idea to go to this tavern. It was your idea. You're like, ooh, let's come over to this place. This place is great.
I said it'd be nice to sleep in a bed. You agreed. It wasn't my decision to
Like I said,
stop.
like, I just other.
It was still midday when we started here.
So much better. So I'm like, fine, let's go here. And I'm like,
It's gonna be daytime by the time you guys finish arguing.
You're loving every second of this. Don't lie.
Let's just find
It's
another
literally, you guys can't go 2 feet without going into fierce arguments.
This is what you wanted, isn't it?
Wait, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to tell right now, dude. This is exactly what you'd expect, wouldn't it? Based on our characters, this is what you would expect.
I was wondering if it would be a little different given that you're in mortal danger right now, but no.
It's so complicated. My character is like scared, yes, but also there's other trivial problems which he should care about.
We don't care about trivial problems. We care about the fact that you told us to be here.
Well, we're a little over halfway through the module, so let's skip to the end of this argument real quick because we've had a lot of them. So I know we're gonna have more. I just want to I just want to keep up the progress just a little bit.
Listen, the way I feel The way I feel these arguments are going down is as we're walking, these arguments are happening.
I
We're
like that.
just
Let's do that.
at this point, we're chasing the light, and as we're chasing the light, we're arguing about it.
That works, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's just keep going. I don't know.
All right, so where's the next one?
It's going back to the room you came from, the one with the bugbear.
Are you gonna? Yeah, God,
You know you could be faster.
making me walk back and forth.
Yeah, your little son.
You're the one who ran outside the tavern.
With this she-elf having magic using.
I said it's immortal. It could be immortal. I don't know what the heck that is. If it goes through you, that means you can't kill it, probably. You can't kill it, what do we do?
Bugbear's gone.
That's fantastic, woman. Great investigative work, but we still gotta figure out how we can get out of here.
So the
Bugbear's gone.
Yeah, the bugbear's gone, the closet door is closed, and the knocking's coming from the door. The closet.
we follow the knocking, I guess.
Break the
right?
closet in again.
Okay, listen. Like I said, just attack whatever is making noise other than us two.
It's good delineation. I would have attacked you. You've been making noise this entire time.
Listen, I paid you to come with me. I can make as much heckin' noise I want.
Kick the door in.
Alright. Kick the door in. There, standing there, is a bugbear, only there's two differences. First difference is it looks bloody, scarred, and a little bit rotten. And on top of that, its head is gone.
Good, I said it undead, not this undead.
And this, instead of falling forward, it lunges its arm out to attack you. Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
This is a 1. I got a 6.
I rolled a 2.
Keep rolling.
What'd you roll, Rosalind?
Okay. I have a dagger. Can I freaking try to use the dagger to slice out his arm to try to slice it off?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay.
Roll the
What
hit.
do I roll?
D20
Roll
to hit.
D20, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. So it has a dot on the bottom. I got a 6.
6?
Yes. Is it
So that's not gonna hit.
I can I go at it, but miss and kind of tumble forward?
Like the drunken stupor that she's in. Just like.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, you can do that.
Tumble.
You
I'm
can do that.
Like,
fall forward, tumble forward.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Grimjaw, kill him!
Yep, Grimjaw, it's your turn.
I'm gonna give it the old golf swing. Just take my hammer and just boot it as wherever it hits, probably the chest.
Given that it has no head.
What?
Actually, how tall is your character again?
Short.
Average dwarf.
It's like 4 foot something, or?
Yeah.
Alright. He's 9 feet tall, so you're hitting his legs.
Okay. That does not mean anything to me. That means I'm taking his patella.
Roll to hit.
You get like a nat one.
Aggressive rolling.
15.
That hits. Roll damage.
I'm taking his knees.
Oh, no, this is help.
Oh, I'm taking his knees at a 13.
13? Yeah, you basically crack his knees open. Like he's
Like,
lost
can
his
you,
legs.
hear it cracking? I was like,
I am the Lorax. I come for your knees.
Alright, it's its turn to attack. What's your AC, Grimshaw?
4.
4? He rolled a 1.
I'm trying to attack again.
So here's what happened. It lunges forward, you strike at its knees, it falls over you and rolls against the ground, crashing against the wall. It still thinks it has legs, so it's trying to walk with the legs, but it can't move, so it's essentially out for one round. At this point, I'll say you can coup de grace it.
I was gonna say, can I take its arms now? Because it is annoying me, and I'm just gonna make it suffer as much as possible.
Yes, you can.
Wait, can I attack?
If you want, yeah.
Yeah, I want to try to take its arms. So, well, at least one of its arms would have a dagger, so I try to.
I'm about to say, with a dagger?
No, what else do I have? I don't really have any
It's just
spells.
give me.
You're out of spells, so.
Should I just stab at its chest then?
What did it do to me other than try and hit me?
Roll to hit, I guess, Rosaline?
Okay. Rosalind.
Rosalind,
10.
sorry. You hit
No,
10?
it's fine. Yeah, 10. I mean, like aiming at its chest, like it's
I mean, at this point, it's prone on the ground. It'd probably be easy to hit.
So, that actually should have missed, but you still hit it anyways.
Okay, chill.
Okay, I'm taking its other elbow now.
It's dead.
I don't care. I'm taking its other.
Oh, dead!
I don't think you understand the mentality.
Oh, wait a minute. Backtrack real quick. Because I forgot about something. One very important detail.
What?
As you, audience, can clearly see, I am very good at remembering every little detail. You go to swing with it, you realize the dagger's not in your hand. You don't have the dagger on you.
What?
Yeah.
No, I have a dagger. Like
No, you don't.
You don't have the dagger.
No, I'm not the dagger, but I have a dagger on me.
Yes.
It's been
but-
assumed that you've been using the dagger you found.
Oh.
Yeah.
I meant. Oh, well, I'll just use fine that one. So I guess I just freaking use my fist and like, and like I try to stab it, but
That's
like,
not-
I think it's my hands. But I just freaking just hit it with like my hands.
Yeah, it still doesn't get through.
Get out of the way, woman. This is how a man does it. I just crush its arms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that happened.
The character's so useful.
After breaking off its arms, it kind of rolls over and you see the dagger in its back.
I'm gonna break its.
I didn't put it there.
I'm gonna break every bone in its bloody body.
We have
It's going to be a paste when I am done.
Grimshaw, let's investigate it first to see if there's any other things on it that we can find. Like if there's any
Grab
other...
the knife out of it so I don't break the knife, and I'm going to make this thing a bloody paste.
Can I investigate it before you do that?
Nope! He already started smashing it. So it's
Fine, I take the dagger. I'm not going to use this dagger next time I attack something.
while he's beating it to a bloody pulp, the shadowy figure with the it's not even a shadowy figure at this point, it's just a mote of light at this point. A mote of light comes out from the closet, hovers in front of you for a second, and then flies out the door going down the hallway.
Okay. This is obviously leading us to something. And it's going to make it keep killing these things.
Listen,
Can I investigate the dagger again?
No.
I'm just going to stare at the dagger. I'm not looking. I'm like, obviously what's going to happen is that it's going to find this thing. Even if we try to use this dagger, it's going to disappear. It's going to appear on his back. So, what it's like leading us to kill these things, and it's going to lead to a big bad boss at the end or something.
I'm gonna pause real quick, and we'll cut this part out. But Lana, I just want to let you know that, at least on my side, your visual is getting more and more blurry over time.
I think it's because we're slowly getting into nighttime, and it's the color in the background is kind of.
Yeah, do you have any light that you could shine on you?
Let me give you a sec.
It's why I turned the light on in my room too.
Let me try that.
I have this cute little
Yeah.
I just turned the light on.
Streaming
Is
light.
that what?
That's a lot better, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
that looks a lot goofier.
Okay. Well, after I said that, I'm like, literally, what it's going to, we're going to keep killing these things. Dagger's going to disappear. They're going to reappear in the back until, I don't know, we find a light, which is a big bad boss, which is either going to kill us or I'm going to make you kill it. You want to investigate this area first to see if we can find any other clues and see if we can get this, go quicker. Unless you want to speed run killing these things.
By George, just do your investigation, woman. You don't need to explain it to me.
Fine. Can I investigate the room?
He's got splatters of blood on him after smashing this thing several times over.
Okay, can I investigate the room and see if I can find anything?
Roll a d20.
Second time I've had to kill this thing.
I know it's annoying. I'm annoyed.
I mean, it was already. Well, here's the thing: the first time you fought it, it wasn't actually alive. It was dead the whole time.
Your argument isn't valid.
Yeah. Okay, I rolled an 8. What do I add anything to it?
Your intelligence bonus.
8 plus intelligence, 11.
There doesn't seem to be much in this room at all, except for the bugbear and the dagger.
Let's go into a different room.
Do you walk out of the hallway?
I think we should. You want to tell you, Cole?
I'm gonna take one last swing at the bugbear. Make sure it's a nice, bristly mess. And then I'm gonna walk out. Triumphant.
Wait, hitting things? Like, seriously, Grimshaw, do you just enjoy doing that? Literally almost done. That was literally almost done.
I'm making sure it doesn't come back this time because it didn't have a head this time. What makes you think it's gonna come back with only one leg next time? I made sure that it's not coming after us.
I'm pretty sure it's going. Next time it's gonna be something else. I don't think. From what's happening so far, I don't believe it's just gonna reanimate. There's gonna be something new coming at us.
Do you have insider information? Is there something you're not telling me, Ross?
No, I'm just trying to make an observation. Unlike you, who's like, ooh, look, let me hit it.
Grimshaw, when you walk out of the door, you see the mote of lights fly off and move into the room next to yours.
Do we hear any noises? Is there another knock coming?
There's no more knocking.
I guess we're following this smoke and light.
Fine. But before we try to, attack and knocking, let's investigate them. Well, by let's, I mean me. So let's go.
Alright, am I allowed to open the door at least?
You can open the door.
Knock, knock, motherfuckers. Kicks open the door.
I'm not opening!
Alright.
Can I investigate the room first?
So, let me open the door for you guys real quick. And while I'm opening it, I'll describe it to you. It's a 20-foot by 20-foot room. Features a fireplace on the south side. There's a small table to the west of the fireplace, 2 scrolls resting in the center. To the east of the fireplace, there sits a rocking chair, and there are 2 single beds located at the east side of the room. Additionally, sitting on the rocking chair, smoking a pipe, is a skeleton. Another one lies in the bed closet of the fireplace with a nightcap on its head and a dagger clutched in its hands. The 2 slowly move towards you, one wielding a dagger, one wielding a pipe. And Rosalind,
Yeah.
you recognize both of their outfits as those of the magic users you were talking to in the tavern.
I would be mad.
Smoke.
I would be mad. But this is fine. It's fine. They were kind of annoying.
Roll to hit. I'm sorry, roll initiative, my bad.
Okay. 3.
This is why I aggressively roll it.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5 this time.
Alright, you
Nice,
guys go
very
first.
Okay, so
Alright. We're gonna. I mean, do you want to go first this time?
No, it's fine. You can go first. I don't care.
Grimshaw is gonna do his trademark golf swing.
Roll 1.
Whichever one is closest to hit.
That'll be the one with the dagger.
Does an 11 hit?
11? No, it does not.
I want to admit this. I rolled a 2 there, and I got an 11.
You're too overpowered. You're level
Do not
1!
let- What?
You're level 1! How are you this strong?
You let me be this strong.
I know I let you be that strong. It's because of what you rolled.
I get strength and a half on all my rolls for a two-handed weapon. For damage and hit.
Okay, no. So, it's not 2.5 if the weapon is already meant to be two-handed.
Oh.
So, for example, if you had a long sword and you use two hands, you get the bonus. If you use a two-handed sword, you would not get that bonus.
But a long sword is. Never mind. I'm not gonna argue.
You stepped in, you swiveled a little bit wrong, and you swung off.
Yeah.
It's like think like the anime swing and wind blows, but nothing happens.
The absolute like swoosh moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Rosalind, what do you do?
Well, he misses, he misses, I'm like, fine, so I try to lunge forward and try to stab it with my own dagger.
Roll to hit.
Okay.
You got a what?
A 4.
Okay. Your dagger hits it and it bounces off.
I got a question.
I'm like, God damn it!
No, I got a question. Like out of character.
Okay.
Why would you try and stab a skeleton? What vitals are you going for at this point?
I'm just trying to fucking kill it. I'm just trying to fucking kill it.
Like, it would make sense with the bugbear, because at least you could go for, like, hamstring shots and stuff like that and really cripple it.
Listen.
What, a skeleton? There's not even ligaments holding them together at that point.
Well, you know, you can stab it at school, maybe. Maybe something is like...
There's no brain left, either. The brain deteriorates really quick.
Well, what else do you want me to do? Grab a chair and fucking throw it?
Yes!
That is an option, yeah.
Well, I
Okay, so to clarify, what I usually like to promote for my players is you have your numbers of attacks you can do every round. A round is a minute, so there's a lot that goes into that. You don't have to just attack with your weapon and say, okay, I'm done. You could say, I grab this object and throw it at them, I cut the chandelier and drop it on them, I grab the curtain and try to blind them, anything.
The reason Grimshaw's so good at what he does is because he doesn't need to do all the fancy stuff. He just needs to hit really god-awful hard. And just golfing into someone's chest.
Listen. I may be dumb.
But I'm not smart.
No, I may be dumb.
No, actually, what's your intelligence?
18.
So technically,
You would have known that.
Yeah, I was about to say, your character's basically Sherlock Holmes level of intelligence.
Yeah, I'm just not. So she probably would have known that. But I didn't. And also...
Again, like, can we redo, like, instead of her stabbing it, at least give her, like...
I'm gonna wave it off as the alcohol.
Fair. That makes more sense. I'm gonna read her afterwards.
And every day Heather's not like, wait, yeah, she's not alcohol. She doesn't react well. That's fine. Let's do that. That's the character.
What are your character's ACs? I know yours is 10.
4.
4 and 10?
Sherlock Holmes when drunk.
Still probably really smart, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So the one with the pipe,
funny.
the one with the pipe attacks Rosalind, but like it just bunked against her head.
Ah, shit!
The one with the knife tries to attack you, but doesn't get past the armor. So we're back to you guys.
Can I go and like, fine, I'm gonna just grab a chair and throw it at you then!
Let her. Do it.
Do it, okay.
Yeah, roll to hit.
Okay, cool. 7!
7? Still doesn't hit.
Why am I so bad?
Okay,
this
so
entire night, my rolls have been of it.
so
You just throw the chair past him.
No. She with a little bit of difficulty, she gets the chair into the air. And then she tries and swing it, but she's lost some momentum, so the skeleton just goes.
Hey, wait a minute. I got a terrible idea.
Now,
Why
we'll
did
say
you
that
say-
wasn't your numbers of attack. That was a miscellaneous attack, so you can still attack with a weapon.
What did I do?
Shoulder check him. He stops the chair. He has his hand on the chair. You can literally just go in and instead of using your knife, just bump him out so he moves back or something so he drops the chair on him.
Grimshaw, what weapons do you have?
Big, god-awful hammer.
Other than the hammer!
Nothing useful.
Fine, I'm gonna freaking grab the thing and kick it as hard as I can!
Do
Okay.
it. That's a good guess. That's a good attack.
Roll to hit. Actually,
I
no.
missed.
Roll strength. There we go.
What would I use for that?
D20
No,
plus your
like
strength
20.
modifier.
Got it, okay, that's fine.
What'd you roll?
3 minus 2.
She rolled a 1.
The modified one, yeah.
Why did I roll so bad? Oh,
Okay,
no.
let me roll something over here.
I mean, this is freaking hilarious.
That's pretty bad. Okay. See, here's what happens. You try and kick it. You are now supported by one leg, and the skeleton's pushing down on the chair you're holding. So what happens is you lose. It's pushing down on you. You lose balance, fall into the ground, and it essentially throws the chair on top of you.
Can I, like, push against it back?
You fell onto your back, half unconscious because of the alcohol, and this thing's pushing down on you. No.
Yeah, okay.
You're winded for one, plus the alcohol. Let me roll.
No, for Pete's
That's
sake.
Like, this has been my best night ever for this character. Like, you know, Sherlock Holmes totally Sherlock Holmes. It's what the heck?
So this is.
You
So
have the
essentially
brain, you do not have the rolls.
You have you got a 1 point. You got 1 damage from the
Okay.
bunk.
Well, I'm 5, so now I'm 4. Fantastic. I'm like, ah! Just like screaming the entire time. Grimshaw, kill it!
So I got a question.
Okay.
Are they close enough for me to get a 2-for-1 combo?
Please do.
You can. If you hold the weapon like all the way at the bottom of it, then yes, though it would give it a -1, -2 penalty.
I'll take the -1, -2 penalty.
All right. Go and roll -2.
Yeah, I think I hit. I rolled a 15 plus 9.
You hit.
Womp!
Roll damage. Wait, hold on. What's the bonus damage you get?
9.
You said 9?
Yeah.
They're both dead. You shattered them both.
I'm like, when I get to know, I'm like, no, I'm like, yes, I need to like kill this.
So you just see the hammer go across your face and feel the wind from it.
I'm just smiling.
You also
I'm
see
like,
the
yes!
explosion of bones as they go flying everywhere.
Let's face it, they're not bones anymore, they're dust.
No, they're still bones. We're not going that far anime. This is still
That'd be
realistic.
funny. It would be funny.
You guys then see the mote of light fly out of the room.
Ooh. This
Wait.
is really, yes, this is, yes.
Stay! I'm gonna crush all the bones to dust. They can't attack me if they're still putting themselves back together.
I'm just like, I hate this. Why is this happening?
Girl, search the room while you have
What
the
the hell
chance.
can I do? I'm investigating the room. Can I investigate the room?
Yes, you can investigate the room.
Come on. Plus, what do I have plus? Intelligence with them?
Intelligence.
Okay.
Intelligence.
Plus intelligence 13.
Okay. Yeah, you easily spot the, what do you call it? Easily spot 2 scrolls on the table. And you also see, and then of course there's also the dagger that the skeleton was wielding.
I'm just gonna be like, Grimshaw, take the dagger. I'm going to these scrolls. So I go over to the scrolls.
All right.
Like, I ain't dealing with that dagger anymore. It's useless to me. It failed me once. I ain't trusting it again.
They are both magic user scrolls. Magic missile and audible glamour on the first scroll. The second one has affect normal fires, find familiar, and magic mouth. You can't use any of them because you're an illusionist, not a magic user.
Can I take them though?
You can take them, yeah. You can still sell them
They're
and
good.
stuff
They're
like
good
I
spells.
can sell these for a lot of money.
that.
You're still on that money, lass.
Grimshaw, I'll give you some. Okay, just here. And I just start grabbing my arms. I just have them all in my arms. And like, I guess there's one thing that's happening here. Let's continue.
Again, I'm gonna look at her after I'm done powdering the bones properly, and go, "You're not worried about getting out of here, are you?"
No, I am so worried about getting out of here. I'm just, shocked when you have so much adrenaline and shock that I'm like, you don't care. Right? I'm drunk. I'm in shock, and I just found these clothes are worth a lot of money. So obviously, I'm thinking of the only positive thing right now.
I don't know. Living might be a positive thing too, you know.
You know, it would be if I could actually think straight, because nothing's been going my way tonight.
Girl, ain't nothing you do is straight.
I don't care. Let's just go.
I love the fact that there's all these undead and you're just screaming to the top of your lungs as you guys go about this tavern.
At this point, we're literally waking the dead.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys walk out into the hallway. You see the mote of light fly over, past the next room, and into the room after that.
Oh yeah, I placed the stuff in my bag, by the way, this girl. Not a bag. Like,
So this room basically right here.
I guess we're going there.
Let's go! Can I, like, dash forward in front of them, and can I open
see
the
a
door?
Grimshaw?
Or
Yeah, I see it.
Alright, good.
can I, like, dash in front of them and open
Can
the
you
door?
dash in front of Grimshaw what you can't even see? So you're talking exit.
Well, I can, like, run forward, and then I can see, like, a little bit out the door if I'm rushing forward. And then I can go and grab the door will be in front of me. Because, like, I'm originally behind you. We go forward together. I see the door. I rush in front of you.
You can only see 2 feet in front of you.
Convenience, so I can push you out of the way. So let me open the door.
Okay, so this room is a 30 feet by 20 foot room. It's a hostel style room which is designed to hold multiple people. There are 3 bunk beds, a table and chair, and a small empty, and what appears to be a small empty chest. On the east side of the room, there's a closet, and beside that is a bench resting underneath a set of curtains that are currently closed. In the center of the room depicts a grisly scene. Blood is splattered all over the room, and the cadavers of what appear to be 2 halflings lie in a bloody, mangled heap upon the floor. Kneeling beside them is a hideous-looking creature that stands slowly, dropping the partially eaten leg from one of the corpses, and turns to both of you.
I, like, freeze. I'm like, I walk slightly back, and I'm like, Grimshaw, kill it.
Roll initiative.
I'm closing that door. As like an instant action, I'm just grabbing the door and closing it.
And I just, like, walking back. I got a 6.
Grimshaw, roll a strength check for me.
Come here, Queen. Come here.
I rolled 19.
Alright,
Fire.
you close the door, and you saw the thing charge forward, so you brace it, and you feel the pound and thud as it rushes against it. You can hear it clawing at the door. You both can hear its unearthly screams and clawing and all that kind of stuff.
I'm just, like, walking back. I'm like, Grimshaw, I think you need to kill that thing.
No, we need to run now.
No, have you seen what happened the last time we run?
Have you seen what that thing did?
Let's lead it to somewhere, and then we can try to chuck things at it. Or I can chuck things at it while you kill it. Or do you have a better idea?
Yes, run
It
fast.
won't work!
I grab her. She's not getting out because she probably doesn't have the strength check to get past my +4 strength.
No,
Okay.
I won't. I know.
And I'm just dragging her down the hall as she's screaming, "No, we gotta kill it!"
Okay,
And I'm
you
like, I'm like thinking, I'm like, what do we do? I'm like, well, if not, then how are we going to escape this? Like, there's literally nowhere to go.
You get 5 feet when you notice the mote of light hovering in front of you guys.
I like stop, but I'm like, the light.
No,
Follow the light. Where's it
no.
going?
Following the light has got us into this mess. Following the light's gonna get us killed at this rate.
Well, let's see if it gets us out of this mess.
Girl, look at me.
I am
The light-
looking at you.
Light is leading us more and more stronger undead. I can't kill that thing. The
Well,
best I can do right now is
building.
run. Whether we run now or we run in 5 minutes from now when that thing breaks down the door, I do not care.
Yeah, guys, this mote of light is not floating away from you anymore. It's floating towards you.
We
And-
run.
As
No,
it floats towards you guys, you see a shape begin to take form. You see essentially a figure with what looks like dreary, eerie robes hanging over it, and the mote of light is a lantern. And as it materializes, you see the horrified visage of the bartender, the tavern owner, as it reaches its hand out towards you both. Roll initiative.
No, we run from this.
You still need to roll initiative. It's in.
I know we need. I know, but I'm turning to her and like, we run from this. Oh, I
Well,
only rolled two.
it's better than that big monster, but like, if this is the light that's leading us anywhere, it's either fine. Let's run.
It is a twisted visage. This guy is in pain. Do you think he wants to be doing this right now? No.
It
we run
has to be a clue for something.
Look, use your Sherlockian Holmes intelligence for once in your life.
Since you guys, okay, I'm gonna interrupt real quick. Since you guys have decided to argue over this whole time, he's going first.
I know he's going first. I figured.
Okay, so which one of you is closer?
Who do you want closer?
I was at the door. I closed the door, but
So
I
she's
probably
closer.
Yeah.
probably put myself in front of her, despite the fact that she's an idiot. She's still technically my charge.
Well, she's telling me that she's in front, so she's gonna be the first target.
Well, it makes sense because if you close the door, I know you go. It's fine. I'll be the first target. What's going to happen?
You're gonna die.
Well, let's see what happens first. What if I don't die? What if it's actually helping? Which is probably not, because she's probably like, oh yeah, I probably don't think it's. What happens?
Sherlockian Holmes intelligence for once in your life, woman.
Can I use her Sherlockian Holmes intelligence?
I'm gonna say it's too late for that.
Great. What happens?
You lost your arm.
It reaches its hand into your chest. You get 3 points of damage from the touch, but you also feel that magic user level drain away. You are essentially a level 1 thief now with minimum experience. Essentially, it drained your life away from you. Essentially.
Okay, you done now? Can we go?
We're going!
Grab her, throw her on my shoulder. She ain't getting away this time, and just trucking out of there as fast as my stubby little legs
It
can
is
go.
easily keeping pace with you guys, flying faster than you can run.
Okay,
Listen,
we go. We try and get out of here as fast as humanly possible.
listen, you have more life. If something happens, just let me die.
I'm throwing
really
down the
dying
stairs.
right now.
You
You
what?
have more health.
I'm gonna
I'm using as a freaking shield. Just freaking do it. I don't know.
Okay, Rosaline. Grimshaw, what were you saying?
I'm going to get her ahead of me every time that thing swings. If I get hit, at least I have health.
Yeah.
That's not the biggest issue here.
I know. But that's how Grimshaw also thinks, she's more important. If she dies, I don't get paid at this point.
You know, if she dies,
Grimshaw, I gotta protect her at least somehow. So he's like holding her out front and just running.
I
If he's keeping up with us, at least it'll hit him first.
All right, so you guys, you barely by the skin of your teeth manage to evade his attacks. By the time you get to the stairs, you see all the patrons at their respective tables, all in their undead forms. They all look up at you guys as they're taking their utensils and fists and kind of like pounding on the table faster and faster as you guys get closer and closer to the ground floor. They all start laughing at you, jeering at you, mocking at you, screaming at you. You're like halfway to the door when all of a sudden this skull pops out of nowhere and starts laughing at your faces, flying around you guys as you try and run.
I never said I was going to the door.
Oh, where are you running?
I'm running to the window to throw her out of it.
I don't think I'll survive that, but okay.
We're going out the window together. I'll take the damage of the window. We're going out the window together.
You throw out the window, you jump out the window.
We're just gonna keep running.
Alright, you keep running, and then you black out.
Great.
When you come to, all your wounds are gone.
Oh, great.
You look around, you don't see the tavern. You check your inventory real quick, and you didn't lose anything except for the gold that you spent. But the dagger that you collected, the scrolls, everything you found in the tavern, you don't have it either. You look slowly towards where the tavern was, and you see a sign sitting there in the center of it. The sign reads, Tavern of Undead. And you are left to ponder whether this was real or just a dream. And that's where the session ends.
Interesting.
I told you we shouldn't have stayed there.
I never recommended it! I'm sorry. But like,
How's your first?
we could have tried.
How's your first session?
Interesting.
I'm sorry you had to put up with me.
No, I'm sorry that I did not like have the best direction in one thing you for smartness whatsoever, and it didn't help that I had the worst rolls in the world.
Oh no, it sucks when you get those bad rolls, but at the same time, some of them come in really clutch. Like, you make an idiot savant character who just does good on bad rolls, it's great.
It works. I feel like Holmes, but it's completely useless. Like, Murphy's Law incarnated in Sherlock Holmes.
So a little bit of background on this. The reason I love this module in particular so much is because it's a great introduction to D&D. It introduces players to basically every aspect of D&D.
You do the inspections and everything. You get everything involved. You get
NPC
everyone
interactions.
actively involved in it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
again, I'm the character who my base thing is protect the people behind, which is why I made the joke that she was my charge the entire time.
Yeah.
And I just went with it, I'm sure. What I've always done was I was the idiot character who got everyone into trouble because they're dumb. I guess I kept doing that.
That was the best part, though. Was it wasn't even like intentional that you did it. It would just happen.
I know, I loved it.
Also, it was mostly the alcohol. It was mostly the alcohol.
Yeah. So a little bit of backstory.
It got louder and louder throughout the night because the more pissed I got.
It was funny.
It was.
So,
I enjoyed it.
we need to keep that banter going. Is the thing I think we need to do the most. Is just constantly have that like banter back and forth where we're just arguing.
Yeah, how do you thought of that banter? I thought that banter was fun. It was fun. We were like an old married couple.
Oh, and it's only gonna get worse when we add more people that are dwarves. So you got to know Grimshaw a little bit. So a little bit more history behind Grimshaw. Grimshaw doesn't like any other race.
Oh, I could not tell.
No, he literally hates every race. He thinks other races are useless. The only other race he has any respect for is the gnomes, because they are the ones who invented the cigar.
You know what? I feel like her entire goal is going to make you try to like other races the entire time. Like,
Let's go.
I think that'd be really fun because she's trying to be good and she's been failing at everything. But like, at the
Well, I
beginning,
will
she's
say
trying to
this.
help others.
I will say this, there's one other player who wants to join in at a later date, and this particular person's character race, that's going to be the most interesting to see how Grimshaw reacts to that.
Is it Tia? Is that,
I think it's Tia, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I'm like, Tia, through context clues.
But you like how I played the character, at least. Like, I didn't do anything bad with it. I just incessantly insult people.
Yeah, the character's constantly annoyed by that. But I love that. Honestly, I loved his character. His character's
Listen,
great.
a party that gets along perfectly is no fun.
A party that argues the entire time is apparently.
No. It can go any way. It's just if everyone is like always agreeing with each other at every time, at every moment.
It's no fun.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes stagnant. Collision and opposition create engagement. Like I have in my main group right now. There was a player. They were in a meeting with a group of people trying to share information, all that kind of stuff. And one of the players was constantly egging on, attacking, and assaulting a knight's honor. And the players kept... It became a full-on argument between the players and the NPCs as they were trying to control the situation.
But you see, I think what makes it better, though, is when PC has argument with other PC. Because the DM has zero control.
Yeah, exactly.
And he just has to sit there and go, oh, frick. Oh, no.
God, yes. You know,
I love it. I love seeing what happens because, like, I was just scribing as the knight was getting up, getting ready to challenge him with the slap of the gauntlet, and the other players had to rein him in, going like, "No, he's sorry."
Yes, but you see, again, with just us two, with how our banter was with two people for this, what made it funny as all get out was the fact that despite the fact that we were consistently at odds and we were making mistakes left and right,
yeah,
we still came together and saved each other in the end. We were still working together as a party, maybe begrudgingly, but that's the first step to actually being like an active adventuring party.
yeah.
I feel like we did that really well. So yeah, that was really fun.
So like, it was fun. It was honestly refreshing because half the time, if I do that kind of thing where like I try and take control of everything, where I'm kicking doors in and making sure no one gets hurt besides me, I like the idea where people are just like, get up! Because it's what my characters are generally good at. My characters are generally about just whacking as hard as possible. And when I realize that I cannot thwack a ghost, I run.
Well, that's like, if the play of this, like, wait, it was the light! Maybe it's something good, and obviously I was freaking dying. I'm like, well!
Well, that's not right. and then I look at it.
And yeah, the idea for the tavern is with each undead room that you come across, you're eventually going to hit a room where it's not something you can handle just yet. So you try to run, and then the specter, which is what you guys saw at the end, is essentially supposed to be there as there are going to be monsters that you have to run away from no matter what. And that's what the ending of the tavern is supposed to be. And I have done this tavern multiple times. I've had the specter rip off people's limbs. I had one player who had played the game before create a throwaway character, and I had that character die by getting their life drained from them before everyone's eyes. And that particular throwaway character was the dwarf that you guys had a drinking contest with.
Like she tried to have a drink contest.
That entire situation was golden. Literally, he bought the alcohol for him at the end. She's the one who drank it.
And just a reminder to the audience, this is not my module. I got this at Dragon's Foot. The link is below. It is an amazing module. DMs, if you want to use this, it's so much fun. It introduces players to every aspect of D&D, regardless of which edition it is. It's a lot of fun.
It is such a well-made module.
It really is, yeah.
Whoever wrote it was doing their job.
Let me scroll up to get the name.
They deserve the shout out.
Oh, they deserve everything. By the Olive Brothers. It says it was written by the Olive Brothers.
The Olive Brothers?
That's what it says.
The Olive Brothers. They're from Olive Garden.
No, I'm sitting here like.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. So the writer, Paul, Will, and James Oliver. Illustrator was Will Oliver. Cartography was Will Oliver, made with full pro-licensed dungeonographer. And then playtesters were Paul Oliver, Will Oliver, James Oliver, Robert Morgan, Zachary Kingsborough, and Austin Arthur. I hope we got this in.
Yeah, no, I would wholly suggest if someone's getting into D&D for the first time to actually try that one out with their friend.
Seriously, yeah.
So much because there's a lot of things I totally forgot about and didn't know. So, thank you for doing this module. It helped me a ton.
My pleasure, yeah.
I mean, the first time I did it with Christian too, and the thing was, like, he did this exact module, so I knew what was coming. So I was trying not to lead us while simultaneously being the person to, like, step in the doorways for you.
Well, because my character first off was stupid. Not stupid. Well, you're supposed to be a protector, so it makes sense in character why you were doing that.
But I didn't want to take control. I wanted to let you at least have, like, the chance to, like, do what your character does. So, like, at times I'm like, investigate the room and do this, and like yell at you to do it while I'm powdering bones.
I appreciate that. That was great. I appreciate the help, dude.
But like, if you have questions, you can ask Christian, you can ask me. I don't know as much about 1E as Christian does. He's got a phenomenal mind for it.
I've been playing this for 9+ years, dude. So yeah, I hope I do.
But I'm picking it up as I go. Like, I understand how to play the game.
I got you.
I will say this about the I will say this.
I also may have made my character a little bit too overpowered.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I don't know, a +9 to hit at level 1 is pretty bad.
You should see her stats.
I'm trying to give out sarcasm here.
+9's terrible.
Something else I'd like to note, an interesting comment regarding the module. A part of the section, specifically after the bugbear disappeared, or no, after you find the bugbear with a dagger in its back, essentially is supposed to make the players believe or go into a realm of maybe this is like a murder mystery and they have to figure out who did it. I have never had any of my players ever go into that mindset before, ever.
Yeah, my mystery is like, this thing's trying to lead us to things to kill it, let's kill these things. I had no mystery. So it would have made sense for my character to figure that out because my character is Sherlock Holmes, and I'll definitely keep that in mind next time.
Listen, the idea of that bugbear being like a murder mystery, that would make sense, except there really wasn't a draw to it. Like, that's the only problem I have with it, is that there's no real draw to it other than like unfortunate bugbear and then hanging on the wall and then bugbear again.
It wasn't like it wasn't like, for example, the person that we got drunk with. It wasn't like she was the one in the closet who was the first one to die. If so, I'd be like, you did stick a girl in the closet.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. You better not put a girl in the closet. It would have been so beautiful if that happened.
But again, like,
that's just something that I wanted to point out, was like that was how the original was supposed to go. I've never had anyone go into that method. You're right, it didn't feel like anyone was drawn to it, but at the same time, I don't care too much. Like, it's not that big a deal for me. Like
Because
I feel like
learning things.
I feel like trying to force mystery and like solving stuff in that regard into this module in my opinion, it would have been too much in one module. As it is right now, it adds all the elements you need to know for D&D. Adding in murder mystery stuff would be a little bit extra, in my opinion.
Adding in the
Oh,
murder
yeah, my
mystery.
character is Sherlock Holmes.
What was that, Gumshaw?
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Adding in the murder mystery would have been too much.
Yeah.
Because again, murder mystery is like advanced playing D&D. Like there's a lot to it. There's a lot of random rolls.
It wasn't supposed to be like this is what the players should be doing. It was supposed to be like this is what they think they're doing. And I think even that much would be like trying to force them to think that, or at least guide them to think that. I think that would have been too much.
But again, like if we're thinking, go ahead, Lon.
I'm sorry. Continue. I don't mean to interrupt. I keep interrupting. My apologies.
You're good. We want everyone to get a word in.
We want to hear your 2 cents.
I was just saying, the murder mystery does make sense for my character. However, if this is supposed to be like an intro module, I believe that would have been, again, like you said, too advanced. It would be best if they just would have left it out and went into a different route, more of like find and kill, more like an adventure like that.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out, I'm not really that smart enough to do mystery stuff.
Don't sell yourself short.
I'll say this: I'm a story writer, but I was never good at puzzles or anything like that. If I'm gonna do anything like that, I would go to like a generator or an AI or something like that, and like, hey, cook this up for me, and then I'll tweak it a little bit to make sure it's nice and pretty.
I'm gonna tell you what I was told when I first started DMing for 3.5, and that is, if you want to make a puzzle, make it so a 3rd grader can figure it out.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Because if you make something really difficult, they're not gonna focus on the puzzle itself. They're gonna focus on how hard's the wall. And I'm gonna sit there with my hammer hacking away at it until I get through.
Yeah, exactly.
And that would be more funny, honestly. I would love that. That's why I'm like, let's try to burn the building down.
Like it also depends. Like in a normal dungeon, yeah, I'd make it a very simple puzzle. But like if you're in like the layer of like an overlord demon something or other, it's probably going to be complex puzzle and all that kind of stuff. But I'd probably have hidden somewhere like a solution, a more simpler solution to get around it that doesn't involve the puzzle. So
Grimshaw.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
See, I liked the storytelling for this. Like, I liked it the first time I played with it, especially because you cut off the one person's arm and I had to carry them out too. If you noticed, I did the exact same motion at that point.
Yeah.
I literally grabbed them and threw them out the window.
Yeah, makes sense.
The last time I was playing a paladin. A human paladin, which was funnier because it's just like, and now I'm carrying you and I'm dragging your feet on the ground.
It's like, because you're a short dwarf and my character is 6'5".
You see, that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, no, we go now.
I love this. This is great.
All right.
But no, I love the module the first time. It's still really good play.
It's so much fun.
And like the way it kind of like shoehorns you into actually doing something in it, while making it kind of like, all right, there's not much we can do here. Like the dwarven cocktail thing was funny. Throwing basically what can amount to a Molotov cocktail through the door, and hoping for the best, and watching it just kind of fizzle out was hilarious. And like everything else was just fun about it. Like I liked that module. I liked how we did everything. I tried to do everything as different as possible the first time. Like you tried to get me to do the drinking contest, and I'm like, not gonna happen this time.
The character did. I always roleplay characters as they would be roleplayed.
Yeah, but like you asked my character, and the first time I played a paladin who was reluctant to do it, but actually went through with it.
Yeah.
And this time I'm like, no, there's too much
riding on me being at least halfway sober.
Yeah.
Grimshaw, during the actual campaign, do you want to do something like with that dynamic with my character?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I think that dynamic of just consistently having like Grimshaw protecting at least one of the people in the group would be a good idea, because that's the only reason he'd travel with the group.
I get you. That makes sense.
All right, so we're getting close to the 3-hour mark, so we're gonna have to start wrapping this up.
You want to wrap it? Let's wrap it up right now, and then we
Yeah.
can kind of have like that conversation afterwards.
Yeah.
I get you.
So, for everyone at home, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for engaging. We are doing recordings right now until we can figure out the streaming stuff. This is our first time, or at least my first time doing this, and I really want to get into this. Hopefully, we can get the momentum up, we can get more players playing, and we can have a lot more fun. I am not doing this group alone. I am doing a campaign group, which I'm building a group for, but I also do one-shots, modules, and small campaigns for anyone who's willing to put in the entry fee. If you need to contact me, Discord link, email, all that's below, as well as my Patreon and the World Anvil link that leads to my site and all of the lore. It's in development. I'm always adding more to it. You're gonna have to be patient with me because I tend to forget to add to it. But yeah, all the links are below. If you're interested, check it out. And thank you for watching. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.